What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on? Coming to you again with another episode of the Blurred AF with my man Bluminati. I think Mickey G is going to be in here later on. In here, so shout out to Mickey G when she does come in. But today we're just going to it's going to be a vast amount of topics. You know what I mean? But I want to get Mika G's take on if they would do hypothetically. I know it's just a rumor about a Michael Myers versus Freddy Krueger. I want to hear what she got to say about that.
I know, right?
Because I think that's wild. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, they already did Freddy versus Jason, so Freddy versus Michael Myers, but. I mean, if it ain't Robert Englund, then I don't want to watch it.
It's got to be though, right? It's got to be Robert Englund. It's got to be.
Yeah. So if it ain't Robert, it got to be. Even though I like Freddy versus Jason for all the wrong reasons, because it's silly, it got to be a better plot than that. That movie is trash as a story. The story is trash. It's fun.
That movie is hype, man.
That movie's fun. No, trust me. Movie is fun as hell, but that movie is trash at the same time. It's fun and trash at the same time. So, all right. So we are going to get this thing started. Then we're going to shout out everybody that's in that is in the comments section. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go.
What does this button do?
All right. Tori and Rain Reloaded, what's up? Be positive. What's good? And shout out to I want to send a shout out to Chillmonger because he's doing a live stream talking about Recast T'Challa on I believe July 1st. Is what I just saw. That he wants it to trend again on July 1st. So shout out to him, I'm seeing by continuously getting Recast T'Challa out, even when it's not popular. That shows dedication. Now, I think he needs to get on board. These other black characters. You know what I mean? Can we get that same? Can we get that same chills? Right. Can we get that same energy for the other black characters? Can we? Is it okay with you?
Please.
You know what I mean? Not the race swap ones. You know what I'm saying? We talk about original black characters, Mr. Chill.
Night Thrasher work, Chill. Night Thrasher.
Yeah. Can we get that? You know what I mean? Can we get that same energy for Luke Cage?
Luke Cage, please.
You know what I mean? So yeah. What's up, Tony Robinson? What's up? Be positive. What thoughts on Fantastic Four box office? I personally believe when it's all said and done, they'll hit roughly around 750 to 800 million. That's my personal perspective.
Way more optimistic than me.
Yeah, this is why. Not because I look all shiny and shit like that damn penny in in Final Destination Bloodlines, that damn penny. But I also believe there's going to be more hype than what we think. I think there's going to be something that's going to. Yeah, I'm extra greasy. You know what I'm saying? I'm extra rotisserie today. You know what I'm saying? Extra church's chicken. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good though. I ain't been over Diddy's house, so I'm straight.
Oh, man. What's up, Mika?
Oh, hey, hold up. Wait a minute. Because ChatGPT only let me do 2 baby versions of me, and before they told me I had to wait to 1:23 in the morning tonight. You too on the next video that I have will be babies. Maybe even you will be babies. Because it's going to be one of the special videos that we've done. And let me just say, Mr. Hawaiian Sweet Roll himself might even make a cameo on it.
Hawaiian Sweet Roll.
What the chat?
So yeah, it only made me one baby.
You know what? Never
I
mind.
don't want to spend $20. Look, I don't want to spend $20. I don't want to spend. No, it's a total of 30 because the other site is 10 to make your baby mouth move. I don't want to spend $30 for unlimited baby stuff. Eventually, it's going to die, and I don't want to pay $30, but I might. I don't know yet. But just trust and believe. These two right here, it's going to be babies. It's going to be hilarious. Trust me,
it's going to be hilarious.
Don't do it.
Especially if I do it off of that trip. I already got the trivia night clip down. I just need to edit because it was funny.
Yeah,
I just need to edit it. I just
funny.
need to edit it. But it's the way. Hold on, wait a minute. It's the way everybody said. Wait, you said. Hold on, wait a minute, Blue. You said. Wait a minute. What?
What?
and then Marcus was like, "The fuck you just say?" Oh, I got him too. I got a pick. I got a pick. I was looking for one too, and I found the perfect one to use as a baby. So
Wait, what?
yeah. See, what's my chat GPT's name? I think I'm gonna name him Charles. So
What you doing, Charles?
or Roscoe. So Roscoe told me that I could turn my pick into a baby and it'll come out flawless. So I was like, I wonder what Mika G, Marcus, and Blue would look like as babies. But they told me I had to pay extra $20 to find out or wait till tomorrow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wait till because you only get like you only get 2 a day. I'm like, that's dumb. I wanna go splurging. No, 2. So yeah, tonight you guys are babies.
He can't wait neither. He
I can't. I'm excited.
I've already been made into a baby, so I'm not even tripping.
Oh, send me the picture then, so I don't have to waste my time. Did it look like the one I did?
Actually, it don't even look like me, so there's that.
Well, I'm gonna make it look like you. You better be glad. You better be glad that I couldn't get one with the trivia night background because I was searching and you were too small that night to take that pic and clip it.
You could have just asked me for it.
Give me one, Mika. I'm not asking. I'm demanding. Give it to me. Give it to me because I need to do it. American DG girl, what's up?
What's happening?
What's up?
And no, I haven't seen Mission Impossible yet, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't plan to see one either.
I can't, like I was telling them yesterday, man, I gotta go back and watch like 5 of them before I even watch this one. I'm like way out of the loop.
Exactly.
I think the last one I watched was with Henry Cavill.
I didn't even watch that, and that's the one he had to keep his mustache to prepare for and then he come on the Superman set with a thing on his face
with stashed up.
Nah. I haven't. I'm trying to tell you, I haven't watched one since that game came out on PS2. It looked like trash. So Junior Network, what's up? Who did I miss somebody? Ty
in the
building here.
I thought Ty like fell off the face of the earth, man.
I thought Drake got him.
Oh man, did Drake get you, Ty? Drake and Diddy, they double. You know what? Let me stop.
Nope. Yeah, I was gonna say stop.
Yep, I ain't going that way.
Mika, you look a little different today. Is it?
What are you talking about?
You look a little bit more jazzy today.
What are we talking about?
Mika is a superstar. Look, man.
Mika is a superstar. No, I'm talking about. Oops! Didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. You look a little clear. Is something going on here?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You look a
little clear.
You look a little clear. You look a little more vibrant.
What are you trying to say? My camera was trash. I'm
not saying your camera was trash.
You trying to say my camera was trash.
It looks like there's been an upgrade. I'm just saying. Are you telling me there's been an upgrade?
There might have been.
Which one got you a Canon?
Canon. Oh yeah.
Canon.
Yeah. Oh, you got a Sony?
Yeah.
Okay. Canon, Sony. Look, the upgrades. Sometimes you got, especially when you're walking in the shoes that Mika G walking in right now. Like,
I mean, I gotta say on top. I gotta say on top because Mika over here on IMDb everything.
I'm trying.
I can't even get on Tuba.
I didn't create that page. Somebody else created
but
it.
You
for
are
me.
in it. It doesn't matter. You're in it. And I text my name and it was like, nah, son. That's all it says. It had a big X on it.
Nah, son. I just want to give Mika her flowers though. I do want to give her flowers because she like stepped out the game and then came back in the game like on full whatever, like Super Saiyan or something. Like I don't know what it is, but salute. I want to give Mika her flowers, man. I see her and she's doing great work out.
I appreciate it.
Sometimes you gotta take that step back.
Hey, Roberta, the church auntie. Oh man. Y'all looked at me crazy when I did my baby stuff. I got all kinds of inboxes. Like, what is going on here?
I mean, think about the clip that you picked. You decided to pick.
I had forgot about that clip, so I was like,
"Oh, about that clip."
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny?
I was like, "Now he chose this one. Why?"
You know what's funny? Shout out to Nelson because it was his birthday yesterday, and that clip went up.
His birthday today.
Or it's today. It went up like in the middle of the night. Did it go up in the middle of the night? It went up sometime. I don't know because I fell asleep after I uploaded it. But he'd be up was like, oh, thanks for him because it was his birthday. So but that clip was from that show.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was from
exactly
that show.
What it was from that show.
So yeah.
Did he hit you up? He got you in any movies? He put you in any movies, Jerry?
I ain't got nothing.
All right. Okay.
For real, Mika. This is what we're doing. This is
fresh water.
I swear to God, boy, I'm trying to tell you, I'm replacing Mika with a Chinese albino version of her.
Chinese albino version who does the name of they podcast is movie Night Terrors. Welcome to the podcast Movie Night Terrors. I'm Drika C.
Anyway, let's get this show on the road. I want to start off with the main topic because again, right before Mika came on, I like Freddy versus Jason for all the wrong reasons because I think it's the silliest thing I've ever watched and it's so hilarious. I love it for just silliness galore and some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, literally, my girl said, "Hey, are you compensating with something with that glove?" And he was like, doop, doop. And they literally made the cartoon sound. Boop, boop. Yeah, terrible. But would you watch it? That type of movie, except for with Michael Myers, would you watch that now? Or would you have to at least make it a little bit more?
I don't think you have to go. I think you stay with how they did Freddy vs. Jason. At least I do.
No, you don't stay with the. You don't. I mean, yes,
stay with it because it's Freddy.
No, I mean yes, and yes, I get it.
Yes.
I know, I get it because it is Freddy, right? But
is it original Freddy or remake Freddy?
No, this is the Freddy versus Jason. Like this is the
Robert Englund.
This is Robert Englund Freddy. Yeah, like this is funny Freddy, right? Like and we've had this conversation before. Like Freddy started off as a ruthless killer and then became ultimately a joke. Like a
cartoon villain.
Like people are like, oh, I fear Freddy Krueger, and I'm like, yeah, because man can get you when you sleeping, but he gonna play with you before he kill you, and by that, like the way, no pause. Saying, and
he played with me while he sleep. He need to get his dinner.
He'll be hush. In my premenopausal state, he play around for too long and wake up and be like, I gotta go pee.
You missed out. You missed out, Fred.
Right.
I'm up now. I ain't going back to sleep. I'm up now.
That's the reason why he goes after teenagers and not old ass women. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to get up in the middle of the night.
Freddy don't like mountain lions and cougars.
Nah, I ain't gonna get that one.
The only cougar he went after was Nancy.
Yeah,
like, I got a grudge with you.
So you would want a more grounded, focused. Better yet, because it seems like I sound a little too loud. It seems like with Freddy versus Jason, it was more Freddy's movie than Jason's movie. It was like Jason in a Freddy movie. Right. You would want this to be a Freddy in a Michael Myers movie? Is that what you're telling me?
I think if you did Freddy and Michael Myers, you would have to tone Freddy down, because Michael Myers, I mean, and granted, Jason, besides Jason X, Jason has never, and Jason Goes to Hell, Jason has never really given a comedy type aspect or feel, right?
Right.
What about what about when that time he knocked that radio out of dude's hands?
That was in 8. And then he didn't knock it out of his hand. He kicked it as he was walking by. So, I
don't want to hear that woogie boogie.
Yeah, you would have to.
Hey, man, what's your deal? That was Freddy versus what was that?
That mask off, and it was like, never mind.
Yeah,
like, never mind. We're good, dude. But no, I think you would have to tone Freddy down, and you also have to remember this: that Michael Myers is not supernatural. He's as human as they would. He's as human as well. He probably supernatural now that they put him through a wood chipper. Spoiler alert.
Damn.
But Michael Myers isn't supernatural like Freddy and Jason is, right? So how does how does Freddy bring Michael back to get a movie where you have Freddy versus Michael Myers?
Yeah. What was
What was the whole premise of Michael Myers? What was the whole premise of him becoming who he is? He was in a psych ward, right?
He was a child. He is a child murderer. He killed his sister and ended up in a psych ward. And then as he got older, he got out, and he's been shot, stabbed, and all kinds of stuff multiple times. But if we're going, I saw somebody mention that is there supernatural Michael? If we're going based off the last 3 movies, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, and we're going based off those movies, Michael Myers is not supernatural. He's a human being. He's a grown.
With a healing.
He's a
Wolverine healing factor. That's what it is.
With a Wolverine healing factor.
But that would be more so the part 4 and part 5 when he was somewhat supernatural. They was like, oh yeah, there was like this cult that made him, into this, unstoppable killer. And then they came back and was like, nah, F that noise.
Tony, he's not a mute. My bad, Mika. Tony,
I ain't never heard
he's not a mute. I know, but what's the doctor?
Dr. Loomis.
Dr. Loomis talks to Michael. They talk back. They have conversations. It's just we never heard Michael talk. Michael Myers was trained in the mystical arts by Dr. Loomis. That's what I believe, and that's why he do all of these things. It's because you know what I'm saying. Dr. Loomis, he always escapes Dr. Loomis's custody for some reason to go out in the binge and kill.
Dr. Loomis is negligent. He's negligent.
We might need to look at Dr. Loomis for these murders. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's but yeah, no, him and Loomis, they talk, and he's the reason. That's the reason why Loomis always can go after Michael and try to get him to come back and do all these things like that. But I'm telling you, Mika, I'm under the belief that him and Loomis, they be training in something, man. Mystical
I don't even think Loomis trained. I think Loomis let him go and was like, I'm trying to see what he do.
You think he's studying Mike?
I think he studied. I think that's how he studied him. And matter of fact, and they kind of hinted at it in the Rob Zombie remake of Halloween, that he didn't technically escape.
Right. The door was left unlocked.
Yeah.
You're right.
Somebody left the gate open.
Somebody left the door open.
Right.
And, like if Dr. Loomis was really trying to get Michael to come back to the psych ward, right? like he already knows where he's going. I know where you're going. You're gonna go home, right?
Right.
So just wait for him at the door.
Yeah, true.
So let me ask you this.
Oh, go ahead.
Like so how would you construct this? What you have him back in the psych ward, you have him sedated, you know, and that's the same plot as what happened in Freddy versus Jason. These kids are in a psych ward, they're heavily sedated, but they're on sedation that's keeping them from having dreams. They're just going to bed and waking up, but not really dreaming. So how do you put that aspect in there? And do you, because it takes a little bit, because we're already established that Freddy, especially Robert Englund's Freddy, has comedic elements. I think it takes away a little bit if you take away that comedic element. You know what I mean? That's like Killer Clowns from Outer Space not being funny. You know what I mean? And it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
You can keep that comedic element when it comes to the kills, right? But if it came down to Freddy fighting Michael Myers, you got to take that comedic element out, because Michael ain't got a comedic bone in his body.
Right.
Like what they did with Jason. There was nothing funny about Jason. Was just trying to.
Jason was straight to it.
Just straight. Yeah, he was straight. He the one who initiated it.
Right.
And then they got straight to it. So
straight to the get down.
Yeah. So it was Freddy that was there was the comedic aspect of that whole fight.
I mean, they call this movie Freddy versus Jason, but it was just like all Freddy mostly.
It was Freddy featuring Jason.
Right.
It was like Jason walked into the wrong movie. He was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Right.
How the hell did I get in here?
It's like I was at Camp Crystal Lake a couple of minutes ago.
He woke up, because then he wake up in the back of the ambulance.
Yeah, he woke up in the back of the ambulance. But remember, at the end of Jason Goes to Hell, Freddy's glove brings him down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's kind of like a continuation of that movie. You know what I mean? Or was it that, or was it the end of?
It was Jason Goes to Hell.
Mm-hmm. Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah. So, and then wasn't there some elements of Freddy did the final nightmare of hitting at Jason too, or am I tripping?
I do think it was like a mask that was hidden.
Yeah, it was like a mask,
broken mask, Jason mask hidden in one of the scenes in that it was.
Oh yeah. In the evidence locker, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But
so
you can't, honestly, unless we forget Halloween ends. We forget Halloween ends, Halloween kills, and Halloween ends. We forget these movies, right? These movies never happened. The only way that they could bring Michael Myers back, right? They would have to go to H2O. And actually, what H2O? Oh no, she cut off somebody else. She cut off the wrong person's head. Spoiler alert, she cut off the wrong person's head. So you would have to go back to H2O. Yeah, you have to go. Well, it doesn't happen at H2O.
No,
you would have to go back to H2O.
No,
or Resurrection.
Yeah, H2O. H2O Resurrection. Both of those was kind of the same to me. And she
did cut
Laurie
off.
had a son.
Yeah.
Laura had a son, and then she has a daughter, and it's just weird. Like, which one you got? Like, we need to stick to.
So that's where. So Halloween, and then going into Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, that picks up after the first Halloween movie.
Right.
So the son does not exist.
Yeah.
So we would have to go back to Laurie having a son.
Mm-hmm.
And her not being, but her also being, like, do you include Laurie in this movie as well too?
I think you.
That's a good question.
Or if we want to circle it back, right? Let's say Nancy never dies. Let's do Nancy and Laurie.
Nancy and Laurie.
Oh, and they're older now, but it'll still be dope, because then they could be able to get, they could be able to be the catalyst for a new generation of, a Nancy or whatever, if they decide to do new movies. But I honestly, I know this is not a part of the plot, but I would love to throw a Charles Lee Ray in this. Because I wanted.
Chucky?
Yes, I want Chucky in here too.
What does Chucky fit in on this?
Thank you.
I mean, as soon as somebody dies, he can just go, I'm not that AK who. What is that 1 meter? Like chicken, biscuits, Halloween, hog moss and chicken.
You just want to throw Chucky in there.
I just want to throw Chucky in there. That's one of my, that's one of my favorite Halloween villains of all
Chucky,
time.
I think Chucky had to fit with somebody else, not
right. I thought that
Chucky's not. He's not in the Mount. Well, let me ask y'all this: what's y'all Mount Rushmore?
Chucky, and Chucky, because he spits hot fire. No. I mean, for me, Freddy, Chucky, Leatherface, because I remember watching. I watched those way when they were bootleg. The Texas Chainsaw Massacres. We was watching that. You know what I mean? The bootleg tapes of those when I was a kid. And then I will put Jason on there. You know what I mean? So, Michael Myers will be. Well, Michael Myers will be up there.
You didn't have. Wait, hold on. You didn't have Mike in them. Let me hear you go. Go ahead,
Mike.
Mike. Yeah, I was waiting on Mike.
No, that's 4. That was 4.
That was 4.
I picked 4.
Who you got, Mika?
Damn sure ain't gonna be Chucky.
Don't you do Chucky like that? Don't you do Chucky like that?
I said what I said.
Only reason why they picked Ghostface because it's just anybody can be Ghostface. That's why
true.
They picked Ghostface.
That's
so
true.
Anybody can be him.
Iconic. He and mine.
Wait. If anybody's gonna choose Ghostface, I'm gonna go with the original. I'm gonna go with Stu and Billy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
most definitely.
I don't give a damn.
Look, I'm like these new Marvel guys. Ghostface is a mantle, guys. Okay.
it is. And they've been passing it down. They've been passing it down. You get to be Ghostface today. You're right.
Your mama's Ghostface now.
Man, dude.
So my Mount Rushmore would be Jason, Freddy, Michael, and even though I said Ghostface, on my Mount Rushmore, it'll probably throw Candyman in there.
That ain't bad.
Yep.
That ain't bad. I mean, mine is in there. Freddy, Jason, Ghostface, and Mike. That's got to be. That's mine. I don't know anybody more iconic than. You know what I'm saying? When you think of horror.
When you think of horror,
It
was crazy. Yeah. Because what's crazy is the reason why I mentioned Leatherface in the late 70s with those grindhouse videos and stuff that used to come out. They used to be infamous back in the day. And he could have been up there, but they were so low budget. They were low budget horror films. That's what they really were. And they didn't hit mainstream till way later, you know what I'm saying, in life. And I know a lot of other people might put what's his name from from Saw. Jigsaw. But what's the guy's name who is
I can't think of his name, but Jigsaw.
His actual name. But Jigsaw. They will put Jigsaw up there because of
John Kramer.
Yeah, Kramer. He's just as iconic too.
He is.
You know what I mean? You know, because what was it? The first 3 Saws, especially Saw 2. Ah, man, damn. You know what I mean?
If Death had a face, I would put Death from Final Destination, but Death doesn't have a face.
Death doesn't have a face.
Yeah.
As much as people say like Jigsaw was a killer, technically he wasn't.
You kind of killed yourself.
He made you kill yourself.
It wasn't even about you killing yourself. It was basically like you're gonna make a decision. Like I'm not, and that's why even though they called him the Jigsaw Killer, like technically all he did was create the traps. He was just trying to make your life better and make you understand, like, hey, you got a choice. You can live or die. But he's technically it wasn't. I mean, he's not the one that stabbed him, or he ain't the one that put the trap, through their skull or nothing like that. It's you ran out of time.
He did put a key in a man's face, in somebody's eye. In his eye. Take the key out your eye. Chop off your foot. They got my man. You gonna be in tights.
Princess Bride, Robert tights.
Yeah. They cut off his foot.
You're gonna be for a little while.
Robbing the Bloxley.
Yeah. So you want me to cut off my foot so I can be able to
What would the premise? What would the premise be? How would y'all make this movie?
That's the but see that's the crazy part of it is that I don't what could be a premise of this? You know what I mean? We lost Mika G for a second, but I think she'll be back. But what would the premise of this be? Because I don't think that's what I was saying. Like, okay, the lore of Michael Myers, does that fit with the lore of not Katie Bear, with Freddy Krueger?
Yeah. Because and I want to
without rehashing Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, I want to go through this article real quick.
What up, She? What up, Grave? What's up? Oh, we can also bring in a person who a murderer. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know. We can't say that. On
we 30 minutes
YouTube.
In now. We good.
Yeah, I you know how YouTube is, but we got to bring Ryan Coogler in there too. You know what I'm saying? He is most iconic.
I ain't even gonna go there, but you're right. You absolutely right.
I'm joking. I like Ryan. I'm joking.
That's funny. That is funny. You funny for that one. But
a kid in Haddonville had a dream about Freddy. But wouldn't that be rehashing what they did? If you're trying to differentiate Freddy versus Jason with Freddy versus Michael Myers, you know what I mean? How do you differentiate from those two movies? Because it's virtually going to be the same premise. Yeah, it's going to be the same premise.
So this article is 5 reasons why Freddy will win and 5 reasons Michael might. They bring up Freddy got the iconic gloves. Jason Voorhees had his machete. Michael Myers has his long, sharp kitchen knife as his weapon of choice. One of the most iconic weapons in the horror film is his glove. No, not the sparkling glove. Born by King Pie, blah, blah, blah. Myers has 1 knife. Freddy's got 8. This is a case of simple mathematics.
Why they have to bring in the King of Pop on that?
I don't
King
know.
King of Pop ain't did nothing to you.
Nothing. I just went right on past it.
That's the King of Pop glittery glove.
The glittery glove. The King of Pop glittery glove.
Could you imagine Michael Jackson? It's pretty crazy. Hey. I'm like, hey, look, I get an extra $30. I AI that.
You AI that? What was who it was? Michael Jackson versus was that Jason? They did the claymation and he was
yeah. Yep.
Let me see. Michael Myers has super strength. Since Michael Myers seemed to have the strength of 10 men, he survived the harshness of being set on fire as well. Being shot multiple times, he may fall, but he always finds a way to get up. At 6 feet 7 inches tall, Mike can pick up a man his size.
He's just as big as Jason. That's what I'm saying. It's literally we're rehashing Freddy versus Jason if you really think about it. Because how big is Jason? 7 foot?
Jason got to be close to it.
Yeah, get close to 7 foot with a burlap sack.
Burlap sack head.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah. Says Freddy is smarter than Mike.
Yeah, I can see that.
Does intelligence really matter in this epic matchup of the most notorious killers of horror yesteryear? Certainly does. Freddy will outwit Michael Myers' brains over brawn. He's cunning manipulator, playing on Michael's emotions and lure him into the world of confusion. Exposing Michael's vulnerability would be inevitable.
But that's what they did in Freddy versus Jason. Remember, he brought him into the nightmare and became his mother and all of that and was making him wig out.
And that's another thing I was thinking of, and I don't know if they addressed it in this article, but does Mike even have a fear? Like if Freddy went into, you know what I'm saying? Because Freddy,
I don't think so.
I don't think Mike got a fear of anything. I just think he just bought it like that. You know what I mean?
That is true. I don't think he has a fear of nothing.
It says Freddy's weakness is fire. Where it seems Mike has no weaknesses, Freddy's is fire. Nicknamed the Springwood Slasher for killing the children on Elm Street. Parents of the children got their vengeance by burning him to death in a gasoline explosion in the boiler room where Freddy killed their children. Freddy kills on any day, regardless. Now that's one. Freddy always killing. Mike only kills on Halloween. So that would have to be a premise too. It would have to be Halloween.
It'd have to be Halloween. I could see that.
Yeah.
Or leading up to Halloween. Days leading up to Halloween. So you could actually have you know, that situation kind of going on. You know what I mean? Where, you know, what is going, you know, how can I say this to make it make sense? Okay, so say for instance, some people are having dreams about Freddy. We're getting what? Oh, wait a minute. What if whatchamacallit from Halloween is having dreams about Freddy Krueger? Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, Lori.
What if she's having dreams about Freddy?
We have to establish why she would have Freddy dreams.
Why she would,
but that ain't bad. That's not bad.
You know what I mean? Like she's having the dreams or whatever, and instead of this time Michael Myers coming to kill her, he's coming to save her, because only, you know, it's only I can kill you. Almost like how Sabretooth is. Yeah. You know how Sabretooth is? Right. Sabretooth was like, Sabretooth would, if somebody's trying to off Wolverine, that's the only time Sabretooth coming, because ain't nobody gonna kill you but me.
Right, but
you know, runt. Runt. You know what I mean? So hey, that might be good. All of these is coming around, and it's almost like what they did with Jason. You know what I'm saying? Like all these phenomena is coming around, but now it's Lori. You know what I'm saying? And getting these premonitions, giving these dreams. It was like, and it's not Michael. She's like, she keeps saying, it's not Michael. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's not Michael that is in my dreams. So and then she starts learning about the Springwood slasher or whatever. Why is he in their neighborhood? I don't know.
Because, you know what I mean? Because Elm Street is in, because
Elm Street is in Spring. Well,
what is it? Elm Street, but where Mike from?
Haddonfield is in Illinois.
Yeah, there's a Springfield. There's a
Illinois.
Yeah.
There's Springfield, Illinois. So instead of Springfield, it ain't gonna be Springfield, Missouri, and it damn sure ain't gonna be Springfield, Massachusetts.
It's wherever the Simpsons is
at. Exactly, wherever the Simpsons is at. So you bring that in, and then you have Lori, like, I'm having these phenomenons about these dreams about this dude, kind of the same thing, and that's where Nancy comes in, kind of like she did with Dream Warriors. I think Gray just put that in. Yeah, kind of like in Dream Warriors, where they come in and was like, she starts talking Lori. That's where Lori meets Nancy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, Mike escapes. Somebody left the door open. So now Mike goes back. You know what I'm saying? But he won't allow anyone to harm Lori. You know what I'm saying? So
Mika, what Halloween wasn't there a Halloween where Lori was in the nut house?
Yeah, that was
in the nut house.
She was. I want to say it was Resurrection.
Resurrection. What if, because Mika was saying going back to that time, if Lori's locked up, Lori and Nancy's locked up and they sharing stories.
I want Nancy. Only reason why I don't want Nancy locked up, I want Nancy to be the doctor like she was in Dream Warriors.
Yeah. Make her a psychologist.
Yeah.
Just like she was. She, you know what I'm saying? After all these years, she's still doing test studies on people with these abnormal dreams, and you know what I'm saying, dream premonitions and stuff like that. Dream walking. That's something that they established in I know it's Marvel, but the multiverse of madness, that you could dream walk, right? So now she goes in because she's hearing about this case about Lori and Michael Myers. You know what I mean? But now, because Lori is getting the help from Nancy, you know what I'm saying? Now this is giving Freddy more energy, because now Lori's back. Now, bam, that's the catalyst. Now he's going to start coming back, trying to attack everybody in this facility. But that's why I said Mike is actually the savior, because he doesn't want nobody else killing Lori but him. You know what I mean? So that's just,
they got to duke it out. I like that.
And then they got to duke it out. They got to duke it out because you're not about to kill her.
What you think, Mika?
But Mika don't like
that.
Mika, we would like to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, what you got, Mika? What's the premise?
No, there is no premise. Like,
Mika just say no.
You can't make this work. You cannot make this work. It would not work.
We just theoretically.
I'm just saying, fan fiction is cool, but this could never come to pass.
But we just talking fan fiction. How if you, even though it can't work, how would you make it work?
Yeah.
For you.
You can't.
And the trash
you
is how
can't
it
win. That's
right.
what you
You
want to
can't
say.
Like it would only have to. It would have to be like almost like y'all said. Like Michael's back in the insane asylum. Freddy's trying to figure out a new way to, get new victims, and now he's doing the same thing like he did in Dream Warriors. He's now preying on kids that are, in the psych ward as well too. And of course, Nancy's there, and Laurie is somehow locked up in the same damn asylum as Michael Myers, which would be insane.
That'd be crazy.
Loomis set it up that way.
Happen.
I mean, that would make that would be the only way it would make sense that Loomis would.
So he could be able to say it. So that would give him a little bit more. How can you say? A little bit more credence, and he's been setting these things up to see what Mike does. You know what I'm saying during his killing.
I mean, if we're gonna go based off the Dr. Loomis from the Rob Zombie movies, he's a villain,
right? Yeah,
just as much as Michael is a villain. But if we're gonna do Loomis, I mean, obviously we can't have the Loomis, the actor, because he's passed. But that Loomis was more so hell bent on
or race swap him too.
Race swap.
I mean, you can always recast with a new Loomis. I mean,
they did for the Rob Zombie one. They recast.
Yeah,
they recast a
anyway.
new Loomis, and he looked just like the old Loomis. But if we're gonna do that, it would just have to be one of those things where,
how is this dude human? He never sleeps. So Freddy could never attack him in the dreamland. It won't work.
But it depends on which Michael we're talking about. Are we talking about Michael from? We're talking about Michael from 4, 5, and 6, or are we talking about Michael from Halloween Kills or H2O?
Did he take a nap? Did he take a nap in any of those movies?
He actually, if memory serves me right,
dirt nap.
Period. If memory serves me right, Michael, when the and spoiler alert, if you have not seen Halloween Ends, but when the guy shows up in the sewer where Michael is, he's laying down.
Yeah,
so he does sleep. He's a human. I mean, that's if we're going based off these last 3 movies, right? Mm-hmm. He is a human. He does sleep at some point. But again, this is why the whole Halloween series is so.
But does he dream? Because that's what they're saying in this little blurb right here. He might be in like a coma, but he's not really in a dream state. He might just be resting, but not like sleep.
I'm just resting. That's what I used to do in school. I'm just resting my eyes.
Freddy doesn't really even need you to be fully asleep, right? If we're going based off
you just need to take a wink.
You just need a micro nap. You just need to blink one time.
You sure the hell do. And you're
dead. Like,
what up, cheap animations?
But yeah, I don't. If he doesn't have to dream. He just need to be asleep. Right.
That is true. He just needs to take he just needs to blink one good time, take that little cat nap, and he's done.
Right.
Didn't they prove this part to be untrue? Says Freddy is invisible in the dream world, because didn't Jason whoop Freddy's ass in the dream world?
No, he didn't. No, he thought he whooped his ass in the dream world, and then Freddy turned him into a pinball.
He sure did. Tilt.
Right.
And that is the funniest
in the dream world.
Yeah, he is. And that's the funniest scene of that whole movie.
And the only way you can defeat him is you got to pull him out of the dream world and bring him into reality.
You do. And that's what happened at the spoiler alert for Freddy versus Jason. That's what happened. If you ain't seen that in 20 years, in 25 years,
there's somebody somewhere that hasn't seen it.
That has not seen it, but he gets yanked out of the dream world into the real world. Basically, they did the same thing that they did in Dream Warriors. You know what I'm saying? They just
did it in every movie.
In every movie, they got him. Yeah, Nancy was the first one. That's why I say if it was fan fiction, You got to have Nancy though. You have to have Nancy. I honestly want another Freddy movie with Nancy before she goes on to be with the ancestors too. Just for the simple fact is that she's so iconic. I don't think she gets enough of the flowers too for being one of the final girls from the original Freddy movies. I don't think she gets that recognition.
Ooh,
Nancy, yes.
Yes, she gets it.
Nancy gets all the credit.
Well, I'm talking.
I don't know any other final girls that they even speak about when it comes to.
Well, I'm talking about, you know, with nowadays, especially with the younger crowds. I don't think they speak highly of Nancy like they do some of the people that's movies are coming out now. You know what I mean? To me, that's just personally to me.
I mean, what iconic?
I mean, you got. Girl, I mean, you got Lori. You got
Sidney Prescott. Like,
then you got Sidney Prescott. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because you got a whole new generation. A lot of people are not. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people is going back and watching the old Nightmare on Elm Street movies because they're not. It's not the hype thing now. It's because they're not doing anything with the franchise anymore.
But that's what I think. If the franchise came back, you will see an uptick in.
Yeah, and that's what I would like for them to do is.
I was waiting for you to finish your thought.
No. Oh, as soon as that head leaned in, I knew I was waiting on that. I was about to drop one. I knew to shut the F up. Yeah.
When the Halloween movies dropped, the last 3, people went back and watched the original Halloween just so that they can give Jamie Lee Curtis her flowers, right?
Yeah.
But Nancy, no matter if the only way the new generation doesn't get introduced to Nightmare on Elm Street is because they probably got some punk ass parents that was probably scared of the movie. Yeah. But this new generation does talk. They do give Nancy her flowers, and right, she's when you mention final girls, we talk about the Mount Rushmore of killers. Like there is a Mount Rushmore of final girls, and Nancy's up there, right up there with Sidney. I mean, Sidney Prescott is the most iconic because the Scream movies have continued to go on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And on.
She more
I just realized that my background is cinematic nightmares. God damn.
Leave it.
I mean, yes. I mean, she damn near
more iconic than Lori.
I think she is. That's what I'm saying. I think that's the argument that I'm saying because those movies, the Scream movies, have continued to keep pushing. You know, the Halloween movies have continued to keep pushing. I think it is kind of like what Freddy said. They're going to forget about me, and I can't have them forget about me. And I think, you know, I don't think the newer generation is remembering how great Freddy is because they have been dormant on the franchise since that whack ass remake. You know what I mean? And there's no uptick, there's no excitement. Yeah, we talk about Freddy and he's older, but a lot of Ghostface is up there now and all these other because they're not doing anything with the franchise. And I think that's my only thing. I've seen more Friday the 13th in Halloween movies that we had Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what I mean? And I think Nightmare on Elm Street is just as iconic, but you ended the series on the worst movie of all time when it comes to Nightmare on Elm Street.
They couldn't pull it off like Jason. They couldn't pull it off like Jason could.
No, it's nasty.
Michael Bay behind it.
Hell no. So we can see, first of all,
no, literally, Michael Bay is the executive producer of the Friday the 13th. That's why it was so raw.
I wouldn't want him on. I don't want him on Transformers or Ninja Turtles. I damn sure don't want him on goddamn. He
literally was the executive producer for Jason.
Yeah, I don't. He can keep that. I don't want him touching the stuff I really love. Every time he touches stuff I love, it's trash. No,
I mean, if I say I love it, you love the Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, I did.
And it wasn't trash.
It did. I don't trust it.
I did better with the Turtles, but I didn't mind the Turtles. He could have did better.
I didn't
mind the Turtles.
For one, y'all are not fans like me. No, those are terrible.
It doesn't matter if I'm a fan like you. I still like the Turtles movie.
I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Turtles.
That scene when they was in the elevator,
like I said, I thought he could have done better, but I wasn't mad at it. Wasn't mad at it.
Hey, look, I'm mad.
Wasn't mad at it.
I'm mad. Transformers, completely mad.
Now, see, I was mad at Transformers. because I'm a huge Transformers.
I don't. Now he did do good. He was the executive producer. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he let the director direct. Maybe he just his name was on it. You know what I mean. But I'm glad it was no explosions because Jason would have had like 50 explosions. He would have had the military
runs and
right. He would have had he would have had the military in it. I don't know what to do with Jason. Send in the B-2 bombers.
You know what? What's crazy is other than what was that? Jason Goes to Hell. We haven't really had a police presence or military presence when dealing with Jason. And I think
at
that
all.
You should.
I mean, there was
Which one?
Was it part?
Oh, sorry, Roberta.
5, 6, I don't know. But anyway, that's when when they dug Jason up and they put the rod through him and he got electrocuted, and that's when he became zombie
6.
Jason.
6.
Okay, yeah, there was a cop in that one. He got his head.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it wasn't like okay. You're right.
I mean, it's a small town cop, but still a cop.
They need the National Guard to come through. That's what they need.
Would you put Freddy in the movie to resurrect the whole Freddy franchise like this? Would you would you do a Jason versus Freddy so people can remember Freddy Krueger, the Robert Englund version?
No.
Or you just think it's done, it's over, let it go?
No. It can you could totally resurrect the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. You just gotta find first of all, you need to find the Robert Englund to replace Robert Englund, right? Yeah. And you need to find somebody that has the charisma and the gut and the glory to carry on as Krueger, and don't turn him into a damn actual burn victim. Make his face pizza face.
Yes, make him pizza face. Yeah, I agree with you, and I think that's the biggest thing is that if they remake the Nightmare on Elm Street,
Mike Flanagan,
again,
definitely.
If they do it again, you do have to have someone that brings a presence to a screen where you just looking at this and we're like, he embodied Robert Englund.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't be Robert Englund. You know what I mean? Embody it. You know what I mean? There's certain things that Freddy just did. It was a smile. It was his smile. I know Terrifier has that. I think that's stupid. I'm sorry. I seen about 8 seconds of, not 8 seconds. You take that back. About 10 minutes of Terrifier. Like, I don't like this. This is terrible.
Somebody told me to start with start with 2 because 2 is actually has a story. One is
has a story. One is
just gore, and 2 actually has a story.
Right. So it's just like Freddy just has this smile on him. You know what I'm saying? He got this look, and and then the practical effects is also what made the dream world so dope. You know what I mean? And I think the last time they tried to do that, the dream world didn't feel like a actual something where you actually was fear. It's just another dimension, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And everything that they did from 1, I even put 2 and 3 was terrifying. You know what I mean? Having Freddy a big old worm thing and eating your legs and all that other stuff, for turning the house upside down and all that. Man, we got it. I mean, do it practically and do it safely, but I want to see that type of stuff come back.
Yeah.
Would you like the dream world to be kind of like what it is? What's the Netflix show with the kids?
Stranger Things.
Like it's the real world, but like demented and crazy and shit.
Yeah, because that's how the real world.
That's how
the dream world is anyway. I mean,
but they kind of went away because some of them they would actually it'd just be a house, you know what I'm saying, and it'd be the dude's mind, you know what I'm saying. But like this would be like the house, but everything's backwards and it's roots and or you know what I'm saying, whatever growing through is like an old demented. It's just crazy, you know what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, that's how the first 3 were. Like, if you ended up in the dream world, you ended up inside of if you lived
inside a house.
In the house, it had roots and vines and all kinds of stuff hanging from the ceiling, and it was dark, and but it was still a physical place, right? Mm-hmm. Like when Tina was running down the alley, she was running down the alley of her house, but it was also the nightmare world.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
would you want a and they kind of did it in this last Freddy, but
what up, Tommy?
An Freddy origin story.
I mean, if they're gonna do it, they need to go and watch Freddy's Nightmares and kind of follow that lead.
Yeah.
But also don't give it to do like they did in the Friday the 13th movie. Give us the backstory and give us the first movie and then roll into the next next 2, 3, 4 movies or whatever. Because that's how I think that's why Friday the 13th remake worked, is because it didn't go into the full backstory of the first movie. Yeah. The first movie, we didn't even know what happened to Jason after he drowned. Apparently,
you know what, Mika? Crazy, because just rewatching it, that movie plays like a video game, like how you get clues and stuff.
Yeah,
you talking about Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th
remake.
Yeah. That first opening sequence plays just like a video game. It's almost like watching
a cutscene. The cutscene.
The cutscene. It's like, oh, Jason watched his mama get her head cut off, and like I said, between the first Jason movie and the second Jason movie, we don't know what happened to Jason during that time.
Yeah,
apparently, but we found out later he grew up.
Started taking protein and steroids and
put on a
burlap sack.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's why I love the remake so much. Is because it combined the first 3 movies all into one opening sequence and then rolled into a whole completely new story.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like if they're gonna do a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, take your cues from Friday the 13th.
So would you put Rob Zombie on it?
Hell
no. Rob.
That's
Zombie.
That's how I feel about Michael Bay.
But the thing. No, so Michael Bay is different than Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie does what he does because he likes the gore behind horror, right?
Yeah,
like and that's why. I mean, he could do Terrifier all day long because there's no rhyme or reason to those movies, right? But when you need a movie that needs a backstory, that's the reason why I don't lean into those Halloween remakes. I mean, I'll watch them because it's something to watch. But do I like them? No. But
was it the second one where they started off with him as an actual kid and they showed him killing the birds?
No, that was the first one.
That was the first one?
Mm-hmm.
That one to me. Go ahead. What you about to say?
No, I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that one to me made the most sense, and then that second one, I just thought he kind of went a little crazy on that second one.
So I do like the. Again, I'm not saying I don't like them, but I do want them. I do like the fact that they gave us the full Michael Myers backstory. We got to see we got to see him locked up in an institution as a child and being like a kid and not understanding that, he snapped and he killed someone. So he's like, when can I go home? Like, right. I want to go home, Mom. I want to go home. And then ultimately dealing with abandonment issues because his mom left him there.
Yeah.
And she never came back. She never came back to visit him. And that would be the reason why he entered his villain arc.
Yeah. His villain arc.
Hey, what's up, Pam?
What up, Pam?
But yeah, and that's I think I like that part of it too, because we did get that backstory. So if you're going to do a Freddy Krueger backstory, just do it like they did Friday the 13th.
Yeah, wrap it all up.
Wrap it up in one cute little 5-minute bow, and then roll into a new story.
Yep.
I also think that they should just spread out the story, instead of giving us the backstory in the beginning, start with why he's doing it, and then go back to different flashbacks and different points. Yeah, different points to why he's doing what he's doing. This is, like he goes into, it's almost like what they did with the Deadpool movie, right? Deadpool movie, it starts off with a big action scene or whatever, and then we start getting, you know, him at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? To lead him up into why he's Deadpool. You know what I mean? You know, you do it kind of like that. So we're getting a backstory, but we're also getting the beginning of we're getting the story, picking up in the middle of the story, and then
like
doing
what's the
back
kid that got Freddy started?
Yeah,
you know
what's
what I mean?
the
Like,
kid that got Freddy?
But that's the thing. We already know the backstory. That's the reason why I said do it like Friday the 13th, because we already know Jason's backstory. We know how he became who he became, right? Like in this case, we already know that Freddy was killed by parents who were trying to be vigilantes because
I think that they're the real the real monsters.
They should have just let him live, and then nothing would have happened like this. Huh?
Just send him to jail, like send him to Arkham, like Batman does.
No, he went. So that's the thing. That's the whole backstory behind Freddy.
He beat the case, didn't he?
He beat the case.
He beat the case.
Yeah, well, technically didn't beat the case. There was a cop that didn't read him his rights, and
wasn't that in the remake?
No, that was in.
Didn't they do that in the remake, or
it was kind of in the remake? That's why I said y'all need to watch Freddy's Nightmares, because there's a whole episode that covers all this. But yeah, the cop didn't do what he was supposed to do. The judge threw the case out. He walked, and the parents was like, "Damn that."
Gotta go. Evil dies tonight.
I think that they're the real monsters. I think they're the real monsters, like that Penny was in Final Destination Bloodlines. There's always one.
Always one. I saw who was that? Ty put up Leprechaun versus Freddy. What would be y'all's verses? Like, I think Leprechaun and Chucky, I think works. If we're doing these,
I think Chucky and Freddy. I think Chucky and Freddy would be awesome.
Freddy and Chucky doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Does. How?
It don't work.
How?
Chucky don't have to sleep.
How does it
work? One thing we know, Chucky don't have to sleep.
Hey, Chucky's a doll.
Chucky does sleep though. Chucky does sleep because Chucky was
Chucky don't have to eat. He don't have to sleep.
Yeah, but he was asleep in the Child's Play series that came out, you know, on Sci-Fi or whatever. What I used to watch.
He ain't got to sleep. He go to doll mode. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't got to sleep.
He don't sleep. He don't, and matter of fact, he's a doll, so he don't sleep. He don't drink.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Leprechaun, Chucky. That would be my verses. Leprechaun and Chucky.
Why?
It doesn't work, Ty.
Candyman versus
why?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Who gonna get Candyman to even come out to play?
Thank you.
Right. Somebody ain't gonna say his name 3 times. You around
5 times. You have to summon him, and Freddy ain't about to do it. Freddy ain't about to do all that. Leatherface versus Victor Crowley. That's
Leatherface is dope. I think Leatherface. They need to.
He's also not supernatural.
He's not.
Crowley is.
Yeah. Leatherface is just some dude that just.
That's
what he does. Just wear the dude's face.
Leatherface like 70 years old. He's him and Michael Myers the same age.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fat and out of shape. So yeah, he's
done.
done.
With Matthew McConaughey on there. I hated that one. That one was trash.
I know what you're talking about, but damn, I forgot which one.
And
but I
you know what?
It's
kind of like they remake the same Leatherface movies too. Like they really haven't gone past that same story. You know what I'm saying?
And they won't
even when Rob Zombie did it. Same thing.
because it's a grindhouse type of movie. So they just rehashed it. You know what I mean? It's a grindhouse movie.
This last one was trash, but it was a little bit different.
What up, Tina?
What old dude from The Shy was in it?
Oh yeah, trash.
Yeah, that was trash.
Hold on, wait a minute. If I'm not mistaken, for one, the Annabelle doll is missing. I seen that on X.
She's back at the back at
the thing.
Yeah,
okay,
they took a pause.
But if I'm not mistaken, when I was at the movie theaters for Final Destination Bloodlines, didn't they show a
Conjuring 5
trailer? Yeah, the Conjuring. Isn't that all in the Nun, Annabelle, all that? That's in the same universe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know I wasn't tripping.
Now y'all just saying craziness.
Long Legs versus Freddy. Nah.
Who would you have? Okay, so who would you have Freddy fight. If you could have skip, we already know Jason. If you could have
you just want Freddy
anybody
versus somebody, Freddy versus,
yeah. Who would you pick for a Freddy versus? Anybody out here, Freddy versus.
I'm gonna let Mika go first.
Jesus.
I think he'll win. Nah, let me stop.
Yo, Freddy versus Pinhead too, but that's a
Freddy
versus.
Pinhead.
But that's Freddy versus Diddy.
Y'all keep saying things that like people have to be summoned. Like, is Freddy Freddy gonna play with the box and get summon Pinhead?
Hey, you got to be careful when you play with the box and Pinhead's universe. It's freaky. It's some freaky stuff going on in Pinhead's universe.
It is
Freddy versus Pennywise. Freddy versus Pennywise might be good, but
I'm saying, but how do you do it? How do you do it? Because technically, right now, Pennywise is non-existent. He's dead.
Yep. But if he was existent, then
they kind of work in the same realm too.
They work in the same realm because Freddy's more in the
Freddy's
dream
in the
realm.
Dream realm, and Pennywise is in the physical realm.
Yeah, but with illusions. So wait a minute, because one of them got to go to bed. So
that might be interesting.
So you got the say for instance,
So Pennywise sleeps for 27 years, and Freddy just torturing his ass the whole 27 years.
Putting wood to him 27 years.
Hey, this ain't Pinhead's universe. Hey, Chucky versus Megan to be dope though. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta see the Megan because after I seen that I haven't seen any of the Megans, but after I seen that trailer, it's only one. Okay.
What about Chucky versus Chucky? Mark Hamill's Chucky versus the original Chucky.
The original.
Yeah. Mark Hamill's Chucky versus the original Chucky.
But see, that's an animatronic. He'd destroy that animatronic. Matter of fact, he'd take over the body. He'd take over the body of the AI Chucky.
AI Chucky versus
AI animatronic
versus Charles Chucky.
Charles Lee Ray will find him. Go ahead, beans, cornbread, delicious meals, honey ham, and chicken wings, and take over his body. Yeah, and then no more movie. It's over.
Oh man.
But I do think Pennywise versus Freddy it'd be good because it would merge those two universes together. I don't know if Stephen King would go for that because I think I don't think Stephen King would sign off for that.
I think he would. I think Stephen King down for anything, man. He did Sleepwalkers, so
he did Dreamcatcher.
He did Dreamcatcher.
And he did Dreamcatcher. Yeah, he
did Dreamcatchers. Yeah.
Would
not taste the goodness.
That
it. Stevie Knight versus Tyrone Magnus in the Butter Biscuit Showdown.
The Butter Biscuit
Showdown. One of them can take the Butter Biscuit Award of the year.
What if somebody threw the cube to Michael Myers while he was locked up and he was in there playing with?
Oh no! I don't want to see Michael Myers in the freaky Pinhead realm,
but it ain't got to be that though. Pinhead,
because they don't really attack you until after he gives his spiel. They just show up.
Yeah, they just show up. But if you watch the if
Mike don't say nothing, what you think Pinhead will say? If Mike just
not a damn thing,
he don't say that anyway. But if you watch the first Hellraiser, it's freaky.
Yeah,
like,
because
literally freaks.
It is that dude, but the dude was a sex.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's what he was about. So they killed. Yeah, they tortured him with his own devices, basically. So the next one was about drugs, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah. Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
Addiction.
Yeah. Addiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you have Pinhead go against Freddy Krueger because of the children that he exited out?
But he likes stuff like, I don't know, man. That'll be I don't know if that, you know what I'm saying? If what they're gonna cause Freddy to just keep killing kids all over, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of his life, he'd be enjoying that. I don't know.
Yeah, he'll like it.
I don't know. If the kids is gonna kill him and he wake up, you know what I'm saying? He go to sleep and his kids in his dream, you know what I'm saying, killing him. Like what?
But you like, and that's why when people say, "Oh, I would love to see this person go versus this person," like you have to figure out how you would make it work. You have to figure, you have to know the rules
of the universe, right? Yeah.
Because although we say Freddy versus anybody, Freddy has to come out of the dream world, y'all.
Yeah, it has to come out the dream world.
And anybody that comes into the dream world is gonna get their ass whooped by Freddy. Right. So eventually, like, Freddy has to come out of the dream world in order for any of the versus battles to work.
But that's why I like Pennywise, because Pennywise being this, because he's a demon.
He's an alien.
He's an alien
or demon. Alien.
Yeah. He's an alien.
He's an alien. Yeah.
I would like how that works with him being that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so mad. Yeah, I do like. Okay, so I get what you're saying. So Pennywise does have to sleep because he's an alien.
Well,
how does he end up on Elm Street? Or how does Freddy end up in Derry? Which Derry, first of all, Derry is freaky, and Pennywise doesn't even have to be there.
Yeah,
Derry is weird. Derry's a weird place.
That whole area outside of Derry.
Yeah, because there's more stuff outside of Derry.
I mean, the whole state of Maine.
Maine is weird. So, do you have Freddy go to Maine? Like, Freddy goes to Maine.
You could just have a kid who knew, you could have a kid who survived Freddy. You know what I'm saying?
That moved to Derry
from Elm Street and moved to Derry.
What if Nancy moves to Derry?
Well, Nancy would be. I mean, we would have to reverse it, because you have to remember Nancy was a teenager in the original movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. What about Nancy's kid from New Nightmare?
Now that would work.
He moves to Derry. He's older. He's in his 40s now. He's, buying like 40s, 50s or whatever. He's buying land. He has kids. Happens because we're in Derry and it's so weird. You know what I mean? They hear about these Pennywise, these tales of this clown and all of that. And he remembers, what happened to him and on, you know what I'm saying, from his mother. And him going through he's a baby. I don't think he would remember that. Or he was he
wasn't really that much of a baby. He was like maybe like 4 or 5.
But he remembers his mother Nancy telling him more of the stories or whatever of that and why he should do different. You know how you could write a script to make it be different. But then he moves to Derry, and then has to encounter this, and then he goes to sleep, and then now Freddy is trying to come back into his life. Would that work? Like, I'm trying to figure out how would that work? How would Pennywise?
What if we did this? What if, because we already know Freddy's backstory, we know that he is, dreams and everything. What if Freddy's stuck outside and he's trying to get back in?
So he's in limbo, basically.
No, he's walking the real world.
He's in the real world. That's what he's
in the real world. And he never died.
Almost like New Nightmare.
Yeah.
New Nightmare is still fire.
When he crossed over into nobody brought Freddy into the real world. He just ended up.
Freddy went to sleep and got stuck in the real world.
And then he went stuck in the real world.
Freddy ended up dreaming. But yeah, something like that. Like if there was a way to reverse engineer Freddy being outside of the dreamscape, you know what I'm saying, Nightmare Land or whatever, he's trying to find his way back. You know what I mean?
I have to go and listen to that monologue that Wes Craven gave in New Nightmare that explained why Freddy was part of the real world, because he explains that, like how Freddy.
Do you want me to pull it up?
Sure.
Let me.
Yeah, he was talking to Nancy, and there was a whole monologue about how Freddy ended up in the real world. Which Ghostface?
Wu-Tang.
Ghostface Killer ain't even dead.
There's like 8, 9 different Ghostface at this point.
It sure is. That's why I say I can't pick Ghostface just for the simple fact who would you pick?
Right.
Which I think that's a cool concept.
I'm gonna go with Billy Loomis.
Yeah, like I said, the original, that twist at the end, still one of the best twists in Scream history.
Billy Loomis finds out that his dad is Dr. Loomis.
Ooh.
Hey.
But Billy Loomis died.
What's that?
Billy Loomis died.
Yeah, he did die.
Yeah,
I forgot. What if he had a seed out there, son?
He does. A daughter.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot. My bad, y'all. Let's see. Taste the biscuits. I wish I had my theme music. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Would you do something? Because I saw Ty do Nosferatu versus Jason. Would you bring in those type of you know what I'm
those
saying?
Are
Dracula and all of those versus
yeah.
How can
because
you?
A slasher.
I mean they are basically because they're part of what you call that Universal Monsters. They're free to go wherever you want to.
Right.
So they don't have to be, not Jason versus 10 Popeye biscuits, no drink.
Well, he's scared of water, so I don't know how that'll help. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna choke.
Eat.
He gonna choke.
He don't eat.
We don't know what Jason do. You saw how buff Jason got. He was eating something.
That's in that remake. All them other ones.
he was out there lifting logs.
Hold on, wait a minute.
He was out there lifting school buses.
Was the scene earlier in the movie? Oh, this is with the director. Because I had to.
It's later on in the movie.
Yeah, because I don't be playing. That's how I bring it up. I pull it up. So it's later on in the.
She's talking. Nancy's talking to Wes, and this is after everything started happening.
That's what Robert.
I think that's Robert.
That kid is frightening.
That's Robert.
Yeah, that's Robert. But because when you skip,
it's later on.
I think this is what you're talking about. I think this is the scene where she's talking to Wes. Yeah. Oh, Wes Craven. Oh, Wes.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Wes Craven. And he's the reason why every time I see New Line Cinema, I think of Nightmare on Elm Street and Turtles. Hold on.
It's existed in different forms at different times. About the only thing about it that stays the same is what it lives for, really.
What is that?
The murder of innocence.
All right, because I have to pause it so I don't get in trouble. And I think it's too low.
Look, this is still a script we're talking about, right, Wes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I sort of think of it as a nightmare in progress.
Well, in this nightmare in progress, then, does this thing have any weaknesses?
No, well, it can be captured sometimes.
Captured? How?
Okay, because I gotta pause it so I don't get in trouble by New Line and they can come and take my stuff.
Storytellers of all things. I mean, every so often they imagine a story good enough to sort of catch its essence, and then for a while it's held prisoner in the story.
Like the genie in the bottle.
Exactly. But the problem comes when the story dies. And that can happen in a lot of ways. It can get too familiar to people, or somebody waters it down to make it an easier sell, or.
And didn't we see that in the remake?
Yeah.
He was speaking into existence.
Maybe it's just so upsetting to society that it's banned outright. However, it happens when the story dies, and the evil is set free.
There it is.
There it is. That's what I was talking about. Everybody has forgotten about Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what I'm saying? All of that. This is why I think this would be a great time to bring this back.
Would you be meta with it and play with the real world, like how you say, Dre? Everybody's forgotten and stuff like that.
Yes.
Would you be meta and be like, all right, we bringing Freddy back, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Should he leave?
You basically going to be remaking New Nightmare.
Which is because basically that's what people didn't they forget about Freddy? No, they had Robert Englund doing in this movie like press tours and that type of stuff about Freddy, and they were trying to create a new script. Wasn't this a new script?
I don't think that'd be a bad idea.
Now, nobody has forgotten about Freddy Krueger. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You go to any Comic-Con, HorrorCon, they ain't forget about no Robert. They have not.
That's because he's big three.
He top 3, right?
Yeah.
But this newer generation that's coming up behind us, don't understand the fear that we have when it comes.
Yeah, they go to sleep soundly.
Right. Like my kid will not watch. She will not watch Nightmare on Elm Street. Terrifies her. So but most of these kids do not know that fear. They don't know about this man with the gloves, knives on a gloved hand that will come in your dreams and snatch your soul.
Yeah.
But if you can re-image it better than they did the other remake that
we don't
even acknowledge that. Yeah.
If they could redo it and make it just like Friday the 13th, it puts Freddy back on the map. And then people go back and start watching all the other OG ones.
Would Freddy, I'm sorry, Dre, would Freddy fare better as a
Ty is wild.
Would Freddy fare better as a series more so than a movie?
Nah, you got to make it a movie. You have to make it a movie.
In today's age, I'm just because kids...
because I mean, look what I just watched on Final Destination Bloodline. Like seriously, that could have been a series. You know what I mean? But it wasn't. It was like I said, it was fun, but you know what I mean? You could do that both ways, but I like to watch that on the biggest screen because there's certain scenes that you just got to watch on a big screen. So I think that's the reason why. And that's why I said for Nightmare on Elm Street is too iconic of an IP to let's just throw it on, because they did it with Chucky and it didn't work. Honestly, like the first season of Chucky was good. Second season, it was okay. You know what I mean? Third season, third season, yeah. And then we had the writer's strike and all that. It wasn't that good.
I was just about to say, I think the writer's strike kind of played into that. And I think they were trying to put too much into Chucky.
They were putting combining all of Chucky.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? From one to the dumb ones. You know what I'm saying? And making it a big old ball. And it was stupid. So it was the third season start getting to the point of ridiculousness.
I think maybe they should have stuck with, him and what was the wife? Tiffany?
Tiffany, she was, and then they brought the kid in there, but the kid.
I think it should have just been the wife and the kid.
But the kid, it ended up, it was in one episode, well, technically two, but they got up out of there, went to France. It was like, thanks, mommy. And that was the end of that. Because that they know that was dumb.
It was.
So
I'm gonna tell you this: once Red Man showed up in what was that? Bride of Chucky?
Seed of Chucky.
Seed of Chucky. Yeah, when Red Man showed up.
But that's what I said.
Chucky.
The Chucky series in season 1 and 2 was really good because it's giving more lore of Charles Lee Ray, and just kind of like what Mika was saying, we got way more backstory of Charles Lee Ray than we ever got. And how he even met Tiffany and all of that, and how he was putting, like, basically he became a Horcrux. He started putting his essence into not only this doll, but this doll, this person, this, you know what I mean? So, and it ties into Child's Play 2. You know what I'm saying? When there was at the doll factory, was it Child's Play 2? But there's in the doll factory. You know what I'm saying? With the good guy doll factory. All of that, bring it back in. Whatchamacallit? Andy and the girl from 2. You know what I mean? And having them part of it. That was good stuff.
Or whatever.
It was good stuff.
The shit, not what that one.
That was adopted. It was adopted foster sister or whatever.
Yeah.
Good stuff. because it tied in so many things and they referenced so many things from the original.
Why they didn't bring the black kid back from part 3?
I did ask that, but they had they had their black kid quota, and he was in love with the main character, so they had their black kid quota for the show. No more black kids. No more, you know blacks. What I mean? We already
nunca de negro. No more.
So yeah. So if they're gonna do it, like I said, would it be good? Would Freddy be good as a series?
I think it could work.
Mika, what you think?
There's not much you can do with a Freddy series. And like I said, unless there's not much you can do with the series.
Unless that's already been done.
I mean, they did it in Freddy's Nightmares. They did 2 episodes where they went through his backstory, but we also got his backstory in Freddy's Dead. So we found out
Freddy's Dead. The new Nightmare. I forgot how silly that. Yeah, I forgot how silly the movie gets. Then I forget all about the beginning because the movie just goes straight Wile E. Coyote.
Well, it wasn't even in the beginning. It was like you said. It was sprinkled in.
Yeah.
When did they establish him as a dream demon? My bad, Mika.
It was when the parents showed up and they set him on fire. That is when the dream demon showed up and was like, they was like, join us, and he was like, all right, cool, I'll do it, and then they went inside his body.
All right, bro, where I signed up at?
Like, all right, let's do it.
Cooked. He said, I'm getting cooked, fam.
Oh, Mika, I got you. The Bondsman and Freddy.
What's up, Ghost Girl 999? What's up?
They canceled it. But you said the Bondsman versus said who? The Bondsman versus Freddy.
Yeah. That's gotta work. That works. That tracks. You know that tracks.
Honestly, it could work because Hal he is a demon slayer. Mm-hmm. He does sleep. So that means he does dream. He also has his own ghost. That from and I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all. Actually, no, they canceled this. I'll spoil it for you. He also has his own ghost from murking someone, and trying to hide the body. So like honestly, it could work. It could work, and he has a teenage son. It could work. It could work.
We all here like.
You can have Freddy going after his son, and his son telling him like, "Hey, there's this dude that's coming after me," and Hal's like, "Okay, say less." You know what I'm saying? He already has a deal with the devil, so
right.
So he's basically Constantine,
kind of,
somewhat. No,
he's basically
nah, because he don't know. He don't use magic in that.
No, he's not Constantine. He's
and
like
he's way weak.
TV
show.
He's way whacker.
Way whacker.
It's a TV show from back in the day where there was a cop that was like that. I forgot the name of the show, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so not Constantine.
Okay, no Constantine. Hold on, wait a minute. So because I'm gonna bring it.
I'm trying to hold on. Don't go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just getting ready to say. I'm just gonna share because I got these on. I told you I went and made sure that I got all of them. So I want to say
you bought them, right?
I bought all of it. So
Grimm, are you talking Grimm, Mika?
No, this is an old show.
Oh, that's my dude there. He passed away about 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
so they don't get it.
It was an older show. I can't think of the name of it. But everybody kept saying, "Oh, it's just like this," and I can't remember the damn show. And I was like, "Oh yeah."
Now, Forever Night was about the vampire dude. That was Forever Night. Forever Night was a good show. What you looking for, Joe?
I was like, I don't think they get into the backstory of Freddy in here until they get into the town.
Not until they get to the dream world. Because that's when we throw on the 3D glasses.
Is this the one where they kept driving past the sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This mug is wild. I love this movie for the wrong reasons. Yeah,
okay, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Ready to that
Brimstone.
Brimstone. Yep. Yeah, this whole CGI was bad. This was like,
but it was dope in 3D.
It was
dope in 3D.
It was dope in 3D.
So this is where, hold up.
And get inside his brain.
No, that didn't sound right. I actually seen some fish like this.
Glasses on.
Hold on, wait a minute. I actually seen some fish like this when I went to Florida, over at St. Pete's, and it was a river fish that looked just like this.
I was laughing. Laughing.
Hold on, I was trying to skip it so I could kind of.
I think I laughed when I watched this part. Matter of fact.
First of all, this movie is hilarious. I don't care what nobody says. This movie is completely hilarious. Yeah, it's at the end of the movie, basically, when they start telling his backstory.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to it, but it's just.
Yeah,
I can't skip it.
This is young Freddy.
Yeah.
Bones with Snoop.
That's when the kids was teasing him, calling him son of 100 maniacs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
1,000 maniacs. That's Fred.
Freddy!
See why? Okay.
That's why they picked James Earl, whatever, because he kind of looks like it right here.
Not Rorschach for watching it. I still don't know what's
That's
going
why
on
they
with
picked
that.
it.
Freddy!
Yeah, his dad was abusive.
Ready for it, boy?
That's
You've been away since the day I took you in.
He's a famous rock star. Alice Cooper.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, homie is short, like an old boy to play Rorschach. So yeah, so they was like, "Yo, get the dude who look like that, not Robert Englund.
Not
get
Robert
the dude
Englund.
who looks like young Freddy from."
Now it's time to take your medicine.
Look, I got worse. Look,
Thank you, sir.
I got worse whoopings than that. I don't know. He whooping his shoulder blades.
Yeah, what was that? I wish I would have got hit like that. Go, man. You can take my shoulders.
I mean, he didn't even take it.
Man.
Remember, I got hit in the shoulder blade, I'd have died.
In the shoulder blades?
You want to know the secret of pain? If you just stop feeling it, you can start using it.
That scared her. Okay, this is
she got to see what we didn't get to see.
We didn't get to see. Yeah.
He probably put that blade to his neck.
Yeah.
Oh, Alice Cooper is the one who bit the head off a bat or a pigeon on stage.
I thought that was Rob Zombie. I mean, not Rob Zombie. That was not Rob Zombie.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It was old boy. What's his name? From Black Sabbath. Yeah, from Black Sabbath.
I'm trying to tell you, it was Alice Cooper.
It was not.
What's his name?
They had the reality TV show.
Yeah. From Black Sabbath. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah, he bit the head off a bat because they kept talking about it.
Alice Cooper. No, it's not.
No, it's not Alice Cooper. I forgot what's name. I can see his face right now. I just can't think of his.
It's not
Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah,
it's not.
It is Ozzy. Ozzy bit a head off a bat in the middle of a concert.
No, it's not Ozzy.
He was like, "I think bats are delicious," and he was like, "Chomp." You know what I'm saying? And spit it out and like and had bat juice all over his like
The urban legend about Alice Cooper biting the head off a chicken on stage is well known.
Nah, the musician who famously bit the head off a bat during a concert was Ozzy Osbourne. The incident occurred on January 20th, 1982 during his Diary of a Madman tour.
Alice Cooper did it first. Ozzy out here biting. I've met Ozzy. Ozzy out here biting people.
This is the scene that you're talking about, Mika.
Yeah.
Where this is what I'm trying to get to. Where all the he's like, yeah, take. First of all, they switched it. They switched from old boy to Robert Englund just after the thunderstorm because I just kind of let it play in the background. And then he was like, I'm burning, cuz. It was like, I can save you. Well, do it. Hurry up. It's hot. And then bam, that's how we got it. So there you go. He has his demons. He said Alice Cooper never did that, bro.
Alice Cooper.
She said it in all caps.
I'll read it. It says the story of Alice Cooper biting off his chicken head is a famous urban legend and part of the chicken incident that happened in Toronto Rock and Roll Revival Festival in 1969. While a chicken was indeed thrown onto the stage, it was the audience that tore it apart, and Cooper never bit its head off or drank its blood.
So 69. When did Ozzy do it?
In 82.
Yeah, told you out here biting, man. Ozzy did it first. I mean, Alex did it first.
Alex didn't even do it. It said the media headlines exaggerated the incident, and Cooper has publicly acknowledged that he did not participate in the killing of the chicken.
He said, of course it happened in Canada. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. I'm trying to tell y'all Canadians, boy, y'all wow.
Somebody threw a chicken on the stage. He threw the chicken back.
Who has it? Oh, wait a minute. Stop, Mika, stop. Who the hell has a chicken at the concert?
Who has
it? Who? Okay.
The 60s. They were probably outside. It was a random chicken yard bird walking around. They grabbed
it. Was just walking around. I'm about to go see. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
The chicken was there to see Alice Cooper too.
No, put this in perspective. I'm about to go see Ice Cube. I'm grabbing my stuff. The last thing I'm about to go get is a chicken.
A live chicken
at that. I'm just gonna sneak this chicken into a live chicken into a concert. Sir, can you empty out your pockets? Oh man, it ain't nothing but a chicken. Go ahead, bring the chicken on, man. It's cool. Then your chicken can go. I want my chicken to watch this concert.
The chicken wanted to watch.
Crazy.
The chicken jumped in the mosh pit.
I was gonna say the chicken probably just showed up and somebody's like, you know, it'd be funny. We throw the chicken on stage, but no.
Who brings a chicken?
I don't think anybody brought the chicken. I think the chicken just showed up.
Yeah.
Ooh, but the real crime is who brought the chicken.
Chickens, man. Chickens is everywhere, man. They just
it's an outdoor festival. So
thank you, Ty. Thank you. Well, we should bring a chicken. That sounds like an excellent idea. Well, that's some Canadian shit if I ain't never heard so.
Nah, it probably was an outdoor festival and the chicken was just roaming around.
Just roaming around. A Canadian chicken too. Canadian yard bird.
He like, hey, mate. Hey.
Hey, mate.
Wrong country.
That's the wrong country, man. What
wrong
up,
country.
What up, governor?
Wrong country.
I'm from Hawaii, mate.
Oh snap!
Man.
See, this is the episode John Campion should have popped in on. I'm sorry there, mate. I don't think Hawaiians say mate. They say konnichiwa, not mate. Oh man.
What else we got? We got anything else?
Oh no. I mean, we could. I think this was a hell of a conversation. Anyway, this was fun. He said, "UK, are you from the UK, Ghost Girl 999?"
No, she said she's from Cali.
Oh, she from Cali?
Because
I don't want to disrespect nobody's, where they from by saying mate in Hawaii at the same time.
Governor.
Was that cheesy, fam?
What's cheesing, fam?
Let's let's bring a chicken in here, fam. I'm going to the Drake concert. Let's bring a cat.
Crody. Bring a chicken, Crody.
Oh man. Mika, do you have anything else? Any stories or can we see your pictures from Horror Fest?
Yeah, go on my IG.
Ain't that about a
There
butt.
you go.
We're
easy.
talking to
No,
the
I mean
audience.
you go on my IG.
Oh, I thought you were telling it. I was like, is that rude? Go to my IG, cuz. Go to my IG, cuz. Yeah, we just supposed to be loving one another.
You know,
and being kind.
I don't have the juice. I can't share that shit.
Oh yeah, you don't. Damn it, Blue.
Hey, what?
I didn't want to pay. I ain't
I
gonna
don't
lie.
need the juice.
Look, I didn't want to pay $90. Just being honest with you. And I'm still going to do the video games with my kids, but I got to do it from the Switch because it's the only one that actually looks decent, because the PS4 is like in 4K, 8K, whatever K next. It looks like trash when you play it back. So yeah. Okay, Ghost Girl 99. What part of Cali? Northern Cali, Southern Cali, West? Why would you do that?
This is you. That's you.
It's scary. Get out of here. You look like me in that baby picture.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You look ugly. You got
Oh wow.
Would you just call me ugly? You look like me. So what does that tell you?
Look at this. This looks horrible. Tell me you would talk to that thing.
Look, doesn't that look like my son?
No, it don't. No.
Son, you look like your daddy. As a baby.
As a baby.
As a baby. Oh man. Okay. So I'm do you want me to go to Cinematic Nightmares?
Yeah, because I ain't posting none of them pictures on my personal page. I'll be damn.
And I'll be damned. Hold on, y'all. We're getting to it. So, Southern Cal, West, y'all. I used to say in LA. So West, y'all.
Just left.
What part of Cal? You was in
Inglewood.
Inglewood.
Yeah.
That's where my boy is from. Shout out to the Wood. Shout out to the part of Compton I was in on 131st and Wilmington.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if there is Mika G cosplay as Megan. Hold on, wait a minute, because I got to go through these.
Fun times.
That is dope. So big shout out to Dragon Lair, the Dragon Lair art team for this dope drawing of the heck from the kid.
The hard
for the
eyes
kid.
killer.
What?
The hard eyes killer.
Oh, I was reading and not looking. I do apologize. Season says it's creepy as cool, totally unforgettable. Appreciate y'all bringing a horror like this to life. That's dope. And then she's over here with Silver Bullet. It's Mika with Silver Bullet. There's Mika with had an absolute pleasure of meeting Mike Manhattan from the Screen Snob. Super cool and down to earth. Always great connected with these people who are just as passionate about horror and all things geeky. Make sure you check out and subscribe to the Screen Snobs on YouTube. You won't forget it.
Regret it?
You regret it.
Regret.
Hey, you read it, did not?
Fine, I will.
We'll go ahead.
So I met Tiffany Shippas from Sharknado 2 and from oh my God, what's the other movie that I can't think of it right now? But she was super sweet, super cool. She saw my Megan cosplay. She saw me on, well, it was like a big convention center. She saw me in the middle of the floor and she smiled at me and I smiled and looked at her and I waved like this, like robotic.
Like Megan?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then she was like, I love your costume. And I was like, and she was like, can I I get a picture with you? And I was like, yeah, cool. Yeah.
That's all I had to do. Right. I spent $150.
So, I was just about to ask you how much money you spent taking these pictures, man.
I only paid for, and there's more pictures with that. The only people that I paid for was I paid for Nancy Loomis from Halloween, John Abram, I think John Abram, I think I'm saying his last name correctly, from Scary Movie, and for the guy that played Andy in Child's Play.
That's still dope.
I didn't pay for this autograph, and she took a picture with me and my daughter. My daughter was cosplaying as Nezuko from Demon Slayer, and she loved both of our cosplays so much.
She killed that.
Yeah,
that is so.
That was all me.
All you was missing was carrying her in the box. That's all you was missing.
That's if I had dressed as her brother, I probably would have put her like in like a little box and carried her around. But we took a picture with her, and then she's like, I have something for you. And so she grabs this poster, she signs it, and we didn't have to pay for it.
So super dope.
Yeah.
That is super.
And then she followed me on Instagram. So
that's dope.
In Ghost Girl, you see Cinematic Nightmares podcast. I need you to go follow that on YouTube, since you love horror movies. The perfect person to follow, that one down there named Mika G.
So
or her UK counterpart, Drika C, who does
Night Terrors,
movie Night Terrors,
the movie Night Terrors show. This is super dope though. This is super dope.
So there's a funny
John
story.
Abrams, that's dope. I'm sorry, that's dope. I'm jealous a little bit.
So so we walked up to, we were standing in line. There was a girl in front of us, and she moved out the way, and he looks at me and he does like a double take, and I'm still in character, like doing the Megan thing, and
that's why she has an IMDb, y'all.
Yesterday. And so he was like, has anyone ever told you that you look like Eve? And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I had to break character, and was like, I get that all the time. Like all the time. People always will be like, oh, you look like Eve. And I'm like, ah. So
2-for-1 cosplay.
Right.
So I went back into character, went back to Megan, and so he said the person that was with him said something, and he was like, oh, I already got it to break character. And I was like, damn, son. And so I couldn't help but laugh. But right before we took this picture, he was like, okay, we're going to take one picture where I'm stabbing. He was like, I'm stabbing, the daughter. And I was like, and I like in Megan mode was like, you will not harm the child. And so he stopped, and he the whole time we're interacting, his assistant is taking multiple pictures. So in my camera roll, there are 27 pictures of us, and you could see the interaction when he was like, we're going to stab the daughter first, and you could see me like responding to him, and then he turns and he's like, all right, we're going to stab mom first.
Okay, we're not going to do that.
So we ended up taking this picture with the bunny ears behind my head, and then we took another picture without the knife, and he was super cool. And he was like, and I told him, I was like, hey, I follow you on Instagram. He's like, you do? He said, have we met before? And I was like, no. I said, this is our first time meeting. He was like, well, I'm going to follow you. And I was like, oh. No, I really did that. I really was like, are you though? He's like, no, I really am. And I was like, okay. He's like, what's your pages? I was like, that's so Mika G and Cinematic Nightmares podcast. And sure enough, he followed me on both pages.
That's dope. And still, the reason why he's so iconic, I remember watching Scary Movie the first time because it came to the movie theaters. I watched that 3 times at the movies before somebody gave me the bootleg version, which was it was like a with like different
You want
scenes in
these
it and stuff.
bootlegs.
Yeah, man, dog. I live in the hood, so I told y'all about that R. Kelly tape, but I ain't gonna talk about that today.
No.
Bootlegs was going around. All I'm saying is tapes was taping back in the day. So yeah, he was so funny. He was like the standout of Scary Movie besides the Wayans. He was the standout. So I really like him. So when I seen that Mika, I immediately got jealous and threw my phone. I immediately just threw my phone because I spent $100. Now I like Mike Coulter, but I spent $150, and all I had to do was be bald headed with a tight T-shirt on, and I probably would have got it for free.
Well, so no, I didn't get
this
for this one. I didn't get for free. It was $60, but it was you got a picture and you got an autograph for $60. And like
awesome.
And so
I need to hit some of these conventions and start selling my pictures and autographs.
Just to set up a booth.
Set up
like
$20.
She took 27 pictures on my phone. She took 27 pictures. And it wasn't just the one picture, it was 27 pictures that she took. And then he autographed the picture for London. And basically she had a choice of picking any picture that she wanted. She picked the picture where he's licking his finger and he was like what's the line? Ketchup, just like mom puts in her spaghetti. And that's what he put on. That's what he put. He signed it with
that is awesome.
With that quote. That was definitely a dope experience. I don't think I posted anymore. I don't know.
And that is
that's when we was on our way out.
Yeah, that's still awesome though.
So
that is still awesome.
When I told my kid, I was like, hey, I'm getting ready to go to Carolina to this convention. And she's like, what type of convention is it? And I was like, it's a horror convention. She's like, I want to go. And I was like, okay. I said, well, I'm finna cosplay. I'm finna put on this Megan costume. And she was like, I want to dress as something. So at first she was going to go as a Coraline, but we couldn't find, because I have a whole bin full of cosplay costumes. She couldn't find the yellow boots. Or the yellow boot cover. So we was like, no. And I was like, well, why don't you just go as Nezuko? And I was like, it's easy. So she went as Nezuko. I did her makeup and everybody was like, oh my God, I love it. Bye. It was nice meeting you. And then
there goes, girl. Follow. I love
y'all cosplay. Like, we got a lot of compliments. I stayed in character 90% of the time I was there. Ran up on a couple of Jasons, a couple of one Freddy, 2 Jasons, 2 Michael Myers, and there was one dude he was definitely in his Michael Myers bag because he just stood in the middle of the floor of the convention. Like, just stood there. Didn't move. Didn't move. And at one point there was a stare off between him and some dude that was dressed as Jason. And so my kid was like, Michael keeps looking at me. And, I'm in Megan mode. So I was like I got in his face. I said, man with the white mask, do not threaten my child. And so he's just staring at me. And so still in Megan mode, I was like, man with white mask, why do you not speak? Why do you not respond? You are rude. And then I walked off.
You should have did that dance when you walked off.
Oh, I did the dance. I got multiple requests to do the dance.
He an actor.
And so crazy thing, he actually came from a booth where they were looking for people to sign up to do like acting classes and things like that. He literally came from that booth.
Oh, that's what's up.
So
that's what's up.
If y'all ever get a chance to come to Carolina Fear Fest, they do it every May during Memorial Day weekend. Every May, come to Carolina Fear Fest. I will do that. Like, this is probably gonna be an annual thing for me.
I gotta cut my beard. If so I could get into a character that beard doesn't look like Abraham Lincoln's.
So Abraham
So
Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
I
I
was
can't be.
say, what?
Yeah, I don't want to be Abe Lincoln.
That would be dope if
wanna-
you were Abraham Lincoln vampire
No,
killer.
the hell it wouldn't.
Yes, it
And
would.
then I show up as Falcon. We got it.
There was
Here's my
word.
ward, Falcon. Nah.
There were three girls dressed as they were dressed as the one of them was the victim, the other one was the boy, and the other one was the girl from Jeepers Creepers. And at first I didn't get it.
That's dope.
I didn't get it. And yeah,
Who had the
in
eyes out?
Raleigh.
The boy had the eyes out.
No, the one girl had her eye, like her eyes were blacked out, and she and like when she took her picture, I have a picture with them. I haven't posted it yet, but she just tilted her head to the side and was like dead. But the one that played the brother, she had the tattoo on her stomach, and that's how I knew.
Yeah.
And her shirt was ripped open, and that's how I knew. And then because when I was,
the first two Jeepers Creepers is bomb.
Yeah, the first two, and then it goes downhill from there.
I don't know what. I don't know why the hell sci-fi got a hold to them shits. I do not know why.
Yeah, and I'm not about to be Abraham Lincoln.
I show was Abraham Lincoln, but when I was in Megan mode, I was like, you are the boy from the movie with the creeper. And she was like, yeah. And so then I turned to the girl because she was dressed as the sister, but she just looked like she was wearing regular clothes. And I said, it is a shame that you did not dress for the occasion. And she's like, I'm the sister. And then I turned and looked at the tattoo, and I was like, oh, you are the sister. And then she was like, yeah. And I was like, I get it. You are the creeper. And I jumped up and down and just, acted like I was it. But there was a lot of people that wanted to take pictures with me. I got to.
That's what I'm saying. You are a superstar, Mika G. I'm over here living in the shadow of Michael Jackson right now. I am Marlon right now. I'm just body rolling, and ain't nobody watching me roll.
No, it was like most people think that you have to pay to talk to these people at conventions. You really don't. Like I talked to the dude that played Tommy Ross from Carrie, and my daughter asked questions to every table that we stopped at. She asked questions, and they answered them.
Yeah, no, it's normally like that. It's normally like that.
Yeah, you don't have to pay to interact with them. You just got to pay to take the picture with them.
Take the picture.
Well, when I went to Planet Comic Con, basically when you walked up, a lot of them would not really talk. Well, unless you, like you said, like you had the costume on, like it was one guy. I mean, he smelled like last month.
Hi, Roberta.
But he had on. All right, Roberta. He had on the Deadpool costume, and everybody, like some of the celebrities, was talking to him because, like you said, they were bringing him over or whatever. These guys in these elaborate costumes, but regular old me and you want to talk to Mike Culture, it's gonna cost you. You know what I mean?
Hey, we got
you have a dope. I mean, if you have a dope cosplay, then yes, they will stop you. Like the dude that played
Y'all want me to be Abe Lincoln? I gotta go big, son.
I'm just saying, if you Abe Lincoln with an act, they would literally put two and two together.
First of all, do I look like Abe Lincoln?
Do I look like Megan?
Yes.
You look like Megan Eve.
McGee.
Like if you have a dope cosplay, those actors and actresses will stop you. Like the dude Andy, the dude that played Andy.
Dope.
And and the chick, and matter of fact, they both was there. Both the actors were there.
Oh,
the stepdaughter, the stepsister, I mean, the foster sister was there too. And she turned. And she was like, "Yeah," she was like, "Oh my god," she's like, "Your she's like, "Your cosplay is amazing." And I was like,
"They walk edition."
Right.
I wanted
to be Blade Lincoln.
Oh, Blade Lincoln. That would work.
Blade Lincoln.
They love a blended cosplay.
Blade Lincoln, Vampire Hunter.
Yeah, she like every table that I went to or walked past, they all had something to say about, you know, my cosplay and me staying in character. Like, you know, the man that it was a guy that played he played the vampire in the Munsters, the Rob Zombie Munsters.
Yeah.
And who's William Cat? Yes, I did meet William Cat. Yes. But he stopped me. He was like, I just wanted to let you know that your cosplay is amazing. Like,
he played who? The dad?
He played the old grandpa Munster in the Rob Zombie Monsters.
Okay.
But he also was in Rob Zombie's Halloween
2. Yeah.
He was the strip club owner. And when he spoke to me, I didn't know who the hell he was. I was like, are you the owner of this cosplay? And he was like, no. He's like, that's me right there. And I was like, oh, you are the man that owns the club where the dancers dance. And he was like, yeah. So even
the way you said it in the Megan voice, though.
No,
you were having too much fun.
I literally stayed in character 90% of the day, and even I creeped Nancy Loomis out because I would not break character. And I was like, and she was like, okay, let's take this picture. And I was like, yes, let me retrieve my cellular device. Here you go. So everybody, even there was a lady that does she did the FX makeup for Beetlejuice, Mrs. Doubtfire, Lost Boys, like the list goes on and on and on. Like
I was telling my kids about Doubtfire this weekend.
And I even creeped her out. Like she was just like, she's like everybody they would turn to whoever they were talking to, like, she is not breaking character. And I was like, no, I am not. The guy that played the stoner in Freddy, we were talking about Freddy versus Jason. The guy that played the stoner in Freddy versus Jason was there too as well.
Oh, word.
He also was like, I love your cosplay. And I was like, thank you. Not like that though. I was like, thank you.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
And it was like,
you should have had a film crew with you.
I should have. Like, I really should have. So it was like, and then like the way I walked around the convention, I walked very robotic. Like my head would do this thing right here, and I wouldn't bend my arms. So like my arms were like slightly bent, and I was just walking like walking like this. And then
you was doing the robot while you was walking through there. Dun, 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 dun. No, I'm just
you're living in the shadow of Mike.
But yeah, and when London would stop, I would stop, and I would just I would stand there with my hands like not touching my thighs, just kind of slightly out. And people would hear me talk to her, and I would turn my head like.
It'd have been that one person who knew Mika G. Mika, that's true.
What the hell, Mika? Why ain't you moving your arms? What's wrong with your elbows, Mika? Mika!
But no, it was fun. I had a good time. My next cosplay though is gonna be Eternal.
You said Chitara?
So
Eternal.
Oh,
so
I'm not telling what it is, but it's gonna be.
Hold on. Well, but we did talk about the HorrorCon, no, not HorrorCon, for August, Mad Monster, which I'm hearing that Jonathan won't be there either. He won't be there for Mad Monster. I actually seen the whatchamacallit sent that in group text. Flavio put that, so he won't be there.
Okay.
Where he's not scheduled.
And Greer's gonna be there though.
Yeah. He's not scheduled as of right now. I don't know if he's filming, what he's doing. I don't know. They kind of went off the grid a little bit. So, you know what I mean? So he could be filming, getting ready for a movie role. I don't know. But for right now, he's not there. You know what I mean? But I am
ready to play M. Bison.
I am thinking about, I do want to cosplay. And when you said something about when I inboxed you being stupid about the count, I was being funny. But one of the Lost Boys I'm kind of thinking about. Since I grew my hair out or whatever, you know what I mean? Brother? No, not one of the Frog Brothers. One of the
now one of them Lost Boys got a beard down to their chin.
My beard is not down to my chin.
I'm just saying. Down to the middle of their chest. I'm just saying that you would literally have to shave your whole face off.
No, one of the Lost Boys.
Which one?
One of the vampires.
Who? I was about to say you must be talking about Peter Pan's Lost Boys. He's gonna be what was the name? Toodles or whatever. Oh,
I don't know. I think so. I think some 80s gear with an 80s jean jacket. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Would work.
You could be.
Or what if I just come with my shirt off? It'd be the dude with the saxophone.
Bill from Bill and Ted when he was one of the Lost Boys.
Nah, I'm gonna be the dude with the saxophone.
You gonna be
that man ain't got no damn beard neither.
Yeah, don't nobody got a beard in that movie. It's the 80s.
No, actually, if you could probably be David. If you braided your hair up into a mohawk, because that's what he has. But he does have a beard.
David
but you gotta shave all that off. It's gotta be clean.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh hell.
So all you gotta
they cut it all the way off.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he got.
And then I'll be Michael.
I actually thought about it though. I actually thought, I mean, is it time to recut this back off and then to just regrow it again and look like Gandalf?
But then go ahead and be Michael. I mean, not Michael, but go ahead and be David, because he does have a beard and it's shaped up. He got the shape of beard. Nicely.
Why haven't we gotten a proper Lost Boys remake or reboot?
Because we don't need it.
We don't need it.
Won't need it.
So sad.
We don't need it.
Didn't they do like a black Lost Boys movie? Who was in that? They said it was Lost Boys. What it was called? But it had like a whole bunch. It was like a majority black cast. I can't remember what it was. It was from like the makers of The Coven. You remember The Coven?
Yeah, I remember The Coven. I mean, Kiefer Sutherland got a whole what you call that with the party in the party in the back
mullet.
He got a mullet.
Yeah, he got a straight mullet. I mean, technically, I could, because the way how long my hair is growing, I could have it braided from the top and then just let it flow in the back too. Yeah, have it flow in the back.
You gotta have the frosty tips.
But they did just 3 Lost Boys, right? 3, 4. They did 4 of them.
Yeah, the Lost Boys is a class. That's one of my favorite vampire. That's one of my. But I would like to be a character. I would like to be I would like to be a vampire. For one, if I'm going to dress up, I want to be a vampire. I want to be able to show my face. Yeah, I want the teeth. I want all of that. I would like to be a vampire. You know what I'm saying?
But touch that company.
Ty keeps talking about Nosferatu. You really like that movie, huh, Ty? Like that movie, it's a knockoff, right? You do know that.
It's not a knockoff. It's a remake of the original Nosferatu.
No, Nosferatu is a knockoff of Dracula. That's what Nosferatu is. They were sued. And everything.
Wasn't. Oh, the Nosferatu movie?
Yeah,
literally.
The Nosferatu.
I didn't know that.
Nosferatu is nothing but Dracula.
Yeah, he is Dracula. Yeah, he's knockoff. I thought that was the original story. I thought that was. I thought Nosferatu was the original story of Dracula.
No, this was them retelling Bram Stoker's Dracula, and they was like to get around the copyright. They did Nosferatu.
Oh, they did Nosferatu. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yes,
I got you. I got you. So what? Okay,
no, I am gonna be a vampire, but I'm just not gonna say.
Okay, so chat. What vampire? I could just look at anime too. So chat, put it in the chat. What vampire and I could be? Y'all bet not say God dang on Abraham Lincoln, Blade
Lincoln. Blade Lincoln.
Blade Lincoln.
I said Blade Lincoln.
So what we're gonna have some 1700 gear on with a top hat with a black jacket and some glasses with an axe.
Tattoos.
That's the stupidest
and all of that.
That's the stupidest look ever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be you gotta do it right.
You're just gonna have me out there looking stupid. They be like, "What the hell is this?"
I'm
I'm Blade. Blade Lincoln.
I'm Blade Lincoln.
I'm Blade. I'm Blade Lincoln.
Blade Lincoln. Day Walker.
Day Walker. I freed the slaves.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It's okay. I'm a show.
A vampire in Brooklyn.
I freed the slaves.
I'm gonna show up as Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer.
Demons, there y'all go.
Hey, that's dope though. Hey, hold on, wait. Vampire in Brooklyn would be kind of dope though. Yeah, it would be kind of dope.
You do. I could be Blackula. We all do vampires.
Hold on, wait a minute. Mika was like, I don't know about that one though.
What was his name?
It's good.
Prince Mamba Tumbe. I'll be Prince Mamba Tumbe, aka Blackula.
Or I'd be the dude from I gotta be Baldo, the dude from Supernatural Voodoo Woman. From like, what the hell is this?
You need a top hat for that.
I do need a top hat. Damn it! It said Blackula. Yeah. Blackula. I'll be from Blackula Returns.
Not Blackula Returns.
Eddie's vampire. He was dope. Eddie's Vampire in Brooklyn is actually underrated.
That is, man.
It's actually underrated though. It's actually super underrated. So I don't. You know what?
Rashad said he didn't like that movie. I don't know why. That was a good movie.
Rashad don't like nothing. So let's put that out there. Rashad don't like nothing. You know what? Hey, real talk though. I could slick my hair back. You know what I'm saying? Like Blackula. You know what I mean?
We can put a whole lace front wig on you. You ain't even gotta slick it back. Whole lace front.
He needs some
what? Mika, the look in your face. Wait a minute. The look in your face. Look like you got excited about putting that wig on my head.
She ready to go.
Look. No. You want to do it.
I'm like, it's gonna be melted in. They ain't gonna be able to see the line, man. Or maybe I'll just leave the line because then that would be more like the movie. You can see the lace front.
When he started sweating and it was peeling up.
Right.
Yeah, when it was peeling up right here on the side.
Hey, it was like, this is before Tyler Perry, y'all. But yeah, you know what? That would be dope though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of on board with that. You know what I mean? Kind of a little bit on board with that. Okay, all right. You know, especially if I cut.
I mean, that way you ain't got to mess up your hair. All you got to do is get it braided down. We'll slap a wig on top of it, and then you be fine.
You know what? I would cuss you outside because you just now coming back, but I choose not to.
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna be Van Helsing, the Hugh Jackman version.
Ooh, nice.
Actually, I can see that. I need to find out. Okay, Mika,
Mika's gonna be Celine. Oh, I know who she's dressing up as. I think I found it.
No, if she no. If you're gonna be a vampire, Mika, you got to be Aaliyah's vampire from. Yeah, that's who you gotta be.
That's
the queen.
That's too on the nose, man. That's too on the nose.
That'd be so super dope. That'd be super dope.
Didn't you do that before, Mika? Or just take a picture like that or something like that?
I can't stand this dude.
No.
Nope.
If you go, that'd be dope though. We'll be all three iconic. Well, not you, Blue, but be iconic.
He's iconic.
No, iconic black vampires.
Oh, well, he black.
If you go as Blackula, if you go as Blackula, I go as Vampire in Brooklyn. Mika goes. What's her name?
Akasha.
Akasha. Because I was about to say it.
So I'm really like, now that Blue done said it, I kind of want to just put on some black leather and go as
Celine. Yeah.
And go as Celine. And put on a bob.
Bob. Yo, that ain't gonna lie. That'd be kind of dope. That'd be kind of dope, though. Yeah. But okay, now I feel like,
and I'm just gonna jump in the air and just land and be like, all right.
Land.
And walk. Now I feel like. But I feel like now I kind of want to be a cooler vampire now. Y'all making it hard. I want to be a cool vampire too. Damn. Yeah, not in
land and walk.
The Underworld universes, they only got a fool.
Look, you can be what was Blade 3? Drake. You could be Drake.
No.
The bad guy.
No.
Blade 3.
No, and more no. No. I'm not about to be Triple H either. So no.
I was gonna say that would have been dope. Like if he had the prosthetic that actually like opened up and was like, shh, Yeah.
Oh, that was part 2. Yeah, if you can do that, you pull that off.
Yeah, man.
Pull that
I ain't got no money.
Yeah.
I ain't got enough money for that. We're gonna open up my beard and be like, no. He said Mika could be Blaze's mother.
Nah, that ain't she.
Yeah, but she
ain't
I
got.
gotta be somebody that gotta carry some evil shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Vampire in Brooklyn. I'm you know what? I think I'm about to
just remember when y'all cosplay, like make sure you're if you do have weapons, they
he ain't got no weapon. He's got a Jerry curl.
I'm talking about for like Van Helsing.
Oh yeah, nah, it's gotta be.
Make sure your shit is plastic.
Yeah, I'm not going in there with my full battle axe that I got from He-Man and nah.
if I'm gonna go with Celine, I gotta go find me a sword.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though. I'm looking at this Vampire Brooklyn. It wouldn't be hard to pull off.
No, it wouldn't be.
It
wouldn't be hard.
You know, it's just the shirt that he got on. That shirt is.
You gotta go find a Prince shirt.
Yeah, Prince.
Yeah, he got that mug got chili peppers on it or something. Now, I don't know what he got chili pepper. No, go look at that. He got chili pepper print or whatever. Now I can cut I'm really thinking about cutting my beard back off and going.
He got to cut the beard because I mean he had
no. I'm talking about cut it back down where it was low back, like what it was before I grew it back out. But I've been thinking about it. But if I did do it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can still keep what I got and just have that Jerry curl and some. I gotta get some contacts because he has some. When he actually the vampire, he got light brown eyes. So I actually have to find light brown eye contacts that wouldn't irritate my eyeballs.
Remember they used to sell colored contacts at the gas station.
Yeah,
man, I'm not wearing no gas station contacts.
I'm saying you don't have to. Like the whole thing with cosplay is that. You know what I'm saying? You're
close enough.
As long as you're close enough. Like if your costume, if people can look at you and say you are that person, they don't give a damn about your eye color, your skin color, none of that. Like obviously when people looked at me, they was like, she's clearly Megan.
Well, yeah,
you know
you have a,
if I was walking around with my locks in, they would have been like, she's supposed to be Megan.
I think what is this? The black?
So
you know, the black version coming out.
Hold up. So I'm gonna show you. Okay. So if you look at this outfit, this is the thing that I'm talking about, right? If you look at this outfit for Vampire in Brooklyn, I'm gonna need to find me a chili pepper shirt. Look. No.
I can't.
No. I'm gonna show y'all. My man got on a chili pepper shirt. If you look at that shirt, it looked like hot jalapenos is all over his chest.
I think that's a scarf.
Are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm gonna at least have to find this wig.
That's an apricot. What is what is called? I'm about to say apricot.
Ascot.
Ascot.
Yeah. It's either that or just really get a black suit. You know what I mean?
I think a black suit and just something, you know what I'm saying? Something roughly around the neck area will work. That's all you'll need.
Yeah, that's it. A black shirt, black suit. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna have to walk around in that suit. Mika, you think you can find me? You think you can make my hair look like this?
All you need is a wet and wavy wig. We good.
A wet and wavy wig.
That's it.
Wet and wavy.
Business up front, party in the back. Let's go.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. The only reason why I said because you see the yellow eyes, so you know what I mean.
I mean, you
or
could,
the honey brown contacts.
You could, like I said, you have to. All you have to do is convince people that you are said person.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. And I could pull this. I could pull this off.
Just walk around saying Rita. God damn it!
If you have your vampire teeth in, people will know who you are.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I said get the vampire teeth, get the wig. You know what I'm saying? The suit, you can find that suit at the Goodwill for real. Just a black suit, really. Just a little black suit that doesn't cost that much because I think it's like, yeah, that's that. Now look at that shirt. Y'all ain't telling me that they ain't chili pepper.
You talking about chili peppers?
Them is not no damn chili peppers.
That look like chili pepper.
Chili pepper.
Look.
Oh, you
Hold on.
wait. Are you trying to be like?
See what I mean? Look at that shirt. You telling me that they ain't got?
You need to go look at Jonathan Majors dressed as Maximilian.
Didn't he do?
Yeah,
He did it. Him and Megan Good. They did
Megan
Maximilian and Akasha. He didn't have that chili pepper shirt.
The chili pepper shirt. Puma Lee, what up, Puma Lee?
What up, Puma Lee?
He went and saw 2 movies today.
Back bam.
Bam, bam.
I watched 5 psychological.
Oh yeah, he did do. Yeah, I forgot. He did do it on her. Yeah.
Nope, I've been grilling and watching Lincoln Lawyer all day.
He did do it, and he kept his beard. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I mean, he has a beard.
Yeah, that's what I say. He kept the
You ain't got to cut it down low. You keep it how you got it.
Yeah. Okay, we could do that. All right, vampire.
I do need to go too.
Yeah.
All right, we got it. All right, yeah, we got to get up out of here. We done had so much fun. We've been over here over 2 hours. Now you say I got to find me a mannequin hand. I will go as Kadeem Hardest as the ghoul. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look on Amazon because Amazon got a lot of this stuff. So and to find a long black coat like that. Yeah. All right, let's get up out of here. Mika G, what do you got for us?
Oh, my bad.
She put her schedule up already. Y'all go send them at Nightmares on IG.
Oh no, I there's that. So I just recorded with Bark Knights podcast. We talk psychological horror. Don't know when that episode is dropping, but we did record it today. Dropping Exploring the Shadows on Wednesday. Recording a podcast on Thursday with the pop culture podcast, and then also recording on Friday with and he's gonna kill me for this. The Joe Film podcast. So we'll be talking we're talking Killer Clowns on Thursday, and on Friday we're doing Monster Squad and a old movie called Lone Wolf.
I gotta watch that.
Lone Wolf McCade.
Oh, Lone Wolf McCade?
Yes.
Isn't that
It's a
Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris movie? Yeah, Chuck Norris.
Yeah, that's Chuck Norris.
So we're doing 2 movies. One, we're doing Monster Squad and the Chuck Norris movie on Friday. Thursday is gonna be Killer Clowns and Exploring the Shadows.
Gotta watch that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be live. I don't know if it's gonna be.
Oh, okay.
I'll watch it when
they were recording.
Yeah, we watch it when it drops. But Killer Clowns for Outer Space, classic.
Yeah,
I always want to hear what people say about that. Yeah,
he gave me a list of movies, and I was like, "That's so funny," because I was just thinking about doing a movie. I mean, not a movie. I was doing a video on Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So now we're talking. Yeah. Ty, I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't tell people to go see Until Dawn. Wait for that shit to hit streaming.
Yeah, I was gonna wait.
It had potential.
Okay,
that's it. That's all I got.
I don't have nothing, man. I don't really have. I'm trying to get back. Like I said, I've been going.
I was say, go get something.
I've been. I'm gonna try to give y'all. I'm gonna try to get some blues news out throughout the week. I'm debating on whether I want to stream, go live with blues news and make that like a daily occurrence or not. I don't know. But Thursday I will have some Thursday for Blues House Live. So, there'll be that. But I'm just trying to get back in the groove. Like I was out there. Jet lag has whooped my ass. I don't know why it did me like that. I've never had jet lag the way I've had it when I went out there this last time, man. So I'm trying to find. I don't even know what time it is right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, something's coming.
That West Coast, that West Coast to East Coast is no joke because you're just too many time zones.
Yep. Threw me for a loop.
So me personally, I have to.
Dre, my bad.
Never mind.
And I got on here this morning looking for Dre to drop a video about Last of Us. I didn't see it.
That was a great. I didn't do anything this morning. First of all, I was tired. I wanted to let people have their Memorial Day or whatever. I'll do that in the morning. The Last of Us last episode was phenomenal. I'm about to go rewatch it because it was just that damn good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Ellie get on my goddamn nerves, though, I'll tell you that.
So I'm gonna talk about that in the morning. But I have to finish editing because I have to edit it. Though I gotta edit it so far down. So
Edit
it. I have to edit it so far down. I have to edit it.
Edited it.
I got to edit it. I gotta edit it. I have to edit our video. Me and Mika G's video because it's keep getting me in trouble. So I gotta continue to chop away at this video for Weird Science so I don't get in trouble. So it's an hour and a half long video that is probably going to be 30 minutes at the end of the day because you gotta keep chopping at it so you don't get in trouble. So you didn't.
Which I didn't watch.
Yeah, because it's the first time I watched it since I was a kid, and I didn't remember any of it. So I was watching it with fresh, grown eyes.
Weird.
So
science. Yeah, that's a weird
the
movie.
It is very awesome though. Very 80s, very awesome. But yeah, it has to be right as far as YouTube eyes. So it's got to be edited more.
What do you say? Edited it one more time.
Edited it.
I said it on purpose, ma'am.
I might go on the 80s run. I think, you know what? You might have gave me an idea, Dre. I might go on the 80s run.
Yeah, 80s movies are awesome in their own unique way. Yeah. And it gives me the feels, the you know what I'm saying, the matum-tum. Yeah, it gives me the feels of matum-tum. Yeah, matum-tum. It gives me the feels of matum-tum for the simple fact is that it's a lot of this stuff I haven't seen in forever. Yeah. And you be like, oh my God, you see cars you haven't seen since you was a kid. You see cereals and different things like that. Oh my God.
It just brings
it's the way they act, all of it. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that they don't play nowadays.
Right.
You know, it's just it's awesome.
Yeah, so, I'm going on the 80s run. June is gonna be an 80s. June, I'm doing all 80s, everything 80s in June.
So everything that's 80s. the reason why. So, and I'm going to drop that on Saturday. I'm going to finish with the edit, chopping it until I get it where I don't get in trouble. And you know, it will drop on Saturday. But tomorrow will be The Last of Us because I had to push it. I was tired, and I was like, I'm gonna let these people have their Memorial Day. I don't want to talk about people who, you know, I just want people to have their time. You know what I'm saying? Get the barbecue on, all of that. We'll do it tomorrow. So yeah, he said make one about risky business. Blue.
Ooh,
there you go. Risky business.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Tom Cruise is my guy. We can get busy.
So yeah. So there you go. That's your assignment. Risky business. Other than that, if there is nothing else, let's get up out of here because I'm hungry. And I'm poor. All right. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of The Blurred AF. Of course, make sure you go down to Mika G. That's right over there.
Thank you, Wavy Down One.
And make sure that you if you haven't subscribed to Cinematic Nightmares, especially if you like horror.
Trust me, next time now y'all see me, this background will not be here.
Why you
yes, it will. Like we want to keep Cinematic Nightmares there.
I don't want to. I
want you to keep promoting
during this.
Yeah. What the hell? This is what it's about.
You don't cross-pollinate. What is wrong with you?
But this is not. This is my show. I'm on this show too. Like, and my background is always the dope alley with the graffiti.
It is, but now Mika, you are Mika G of movie.
You are the Michael Jackson of this group. You are the Ralph Tresvant.
The Ralph,
You
not
are-
the Ralph Tresvant.
Ralph Tresvant of this group.
Not
Is
the
it
Ralph
really
Tresvant.
love? I
I
didn't
ain't
think you
the-
this
mm-mm,
way.
way.
Yeah. How does she stay on my
My
mind?
mind.
You are the Ralph Tresvant.
because that's so sad because Bobby was supposed to be the lead, and it was like,
Nah.
Nope,
not
they don't
you.
care. Ralph.
we want the cute boy. We want
And
the cute
then
boy.
Bobby said,
Exactly.
all right, that's all right. Bobby said, I got something for y'all.
Yeah, right.
I went on a run.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I was listening to that. Oh, that album, not the first album, the second. Because if you know Bobby's first album, that was when he was over New Edition. The second album.
Yeah. Talking about Don't Be Cruel, Bobby.
Oh,
Mm.
classic album. Classic. So anyway, let's get up out of here because I'm Bobby for for Ralph Tresvant.
He about to say you Ricky Bell.
Hey,
Ricky Bell.
Ricky Bell.
Hey, Ricky Bell.
Yeah.
For Ralph Tresvant, Bobby
I'm
Brown,
the-
and Ricky Bell.
Not Ricky. I'm DeVoe, man. Can I be DeVoe?
No, he don't sing.
I know. Just
The
show
boy
up.
can barely dance.
No, okay, then I'm Michael Bivins. I'm Michael
I was gonna
Bivins.
say, be Mike Bivins.
I'll be Mike Bivins then.
We're getting out of here. Oh my god, my tears is in my eyes. Oh my god. Oh gee. We gotta go.
One line.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, baby. All right.
That's it. Show up and
All
get
right,
paid.
let's get up out of here. Peace. Vampire. I'll see y'all in the morning. Oh God.